Fucking held it! My shield bow is on cooldown! I don't know how to avoid
Leopards are the most versatile of all the big cats.
Because he windwalled me, so I have to E back and Q3 him. But if I E back and ult, then it's just...
Stick with me. I'll keep you warm.
I should Q flash. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of walking around fighting. Trying to get the
Fear the assassin with no master.
Adept at finding cover in the most unpromising places. The steep walls of the gully are now her cover for an ambush. The male Puku is close enough, but he's too big to tackle. She needs to slip past him without being seen. If he spots her, he'll blow her cover. Slowly does it. To succeed here, she needs to find prey grazing close to the edge.
Well, I got her.
Or better still, in the gully itself.
Who wins in the law, Yasuo or Yo?
frustration.
Minions have spawned.
Success would have staved off hunger for a week. But while there's prey around, there's hope. Peeking over the top is a risk, but it's the quickest way to find a new target.
What the fuck is Salsi?
I make problems.
Bro, I would fucking love a Malphite on my team right now. You're fucking dog shit useless.
An ally has been slain. Shut down. Enemy double kill.
You're gonna This won't take long.
So I made sure to lose this game quickly just so I could get there. Not miss
Enemy triple kill. Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Perfect.
Quick and deadly.
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like fucking hound. Alright, you get a coffee. I'm gonna go grab a coffee real quick. This was your epic enemy fight. Did I misplay it? I W him to get a shield off. I Q him, he Qs me with Q. I E backwards here. So I could
Everyone
Q him
dies.
again. I got my Q
I
screen.
just
I used it on me. I was waiting for my Q. Now I'm gonna come back. Flash behind me here. On the back of my Q screen hit him. So I knocked him up to avoid a move. I actually just controlled him a little bit.
Shut down.
I think I flashed too early. I got lucky. I should be the one flashing
Shut
later.
down.
But I don't know how to play if he Q flashes me, you know? Like, can't he just...
Executed. An ally has been slain.
Like here, wouldn't a good Yasuo EQ flash like that?
One rule that is that
An ally has been slain.
only good champion is a dead one.
Yo, Brecko, why you a hater? Why you a hater? Why you a hater? Alright, we good enough.
Enemy triple kill. Enemy quadra kill. Ace.
A burst of speed of 65 kilometers an hour, and it's all over in less than 6 seconds. Except it isn't. Dazed and disorientated, the Impala makes a miraculous escape. It's called Darwin's bark spider, and the female has a remarkable strategy. Like a real-life spider woman, she sprays strands of silk in one long, continuous flow. The threads fan out like a sail and drift on air currents blowing across the water. Every few seconds, she crimps the strands together to stop them spreading too widely. The breeze will do the rest, blowing the threads into a single line and a 25-meter bridge. Now she must reinforce her bridge because her web will hang from it. But there's something bouncing the line at the other end. Another Darwin spider is trying to take advantage of her hard work. She must deal with the intruder head-on. The cut line is an inconvenience, but no more than that. With hooks on the tips of each leg, she gathers in the thread. It won't go to waste, as she'll eat it later. When it's all reeled in, she sprays again. Out streams another 25-meter bridging line. How a spider, no bigger than a thumbnail, can produce so much silk so quickly has baffled scientists.
I can't write off the screen.
And it's no ordinary silk. It's the toughest natural fiber on the planet, tougher than steel.
No, Jack.
Executed.
And it needs to be tough to span the wide river. With the bridge taut and the ground anchor in place, it's time to construct her trap.
Sail, stop.
These spiders can build the world's largest orb webs, up to 2 meters wide. A few hours from the first spray of bridging line, the job is
The
done.
phosphotosis thing, hold on. I'm gassed up now. When does my last day?
Now her strategy is simple. Sit and wait.
Pentakill. Aced. Your team has destroyed a
That
turret.
was messy.
Shut down.
I don't give a shit what the fuck it is.
Magic's fine. Skill's better.
What mouse is eating tahini?
Rampage.
Yeah, the cheese is the only thing that was there that you could even say that about. Yeah, I ate a piece of cheese. You're a mouse. Okay, did you forget about the tahini, the sourdough, the olives, and the olive oil? What mouse is eating that? I got $200 for passing go. Alright, what would I eat? I work here? New items every day under daily specials. Alright. You shop for items you previously bought? Disgusting. High fat, high carbohydrates. I love eggs too, though. I'll take a fried egg. What else you got? Wait, do they have it? Do they have my food? Dude, you have 4 food items. I don't want to eat apples, eggs, cookies, and nachos. I have 5 eggs, 2 apples, and 1 cookie. I don't want to buy too much. Does it go bad? Thank you very much. This would be such a disappointing thing to give to somebody. Hey, I got you 8 fried eggs and an apple.
Too fast. Too quick.
Oh, you give me as gifts. Here, have an egg. Do you like it? He likes them. But we definitely have to give the Cookie Monster just cookies. And he can't eat anything else. Or he has to fucking leave the island. No, you're here to eat cookies and munch on them like screaming munching noises. You don't get to have bread or fruits or vegetables. You're here to eat the cookies and that's it. Okay, keep them happy. I just got money for being happy about eating. We have warm fuzzies. Okay, well, mysterious orbs. So it's like experience points.
Godlike.
Okay, collect a
Okay,
bunch
so it's
of
been
it.
about 2 weeks since almost 2 million of you watched David Weiss and Mark Sargent
game's
react
funny.
to the
Oh, wait.
Artemis 2 launch.
Warzone.
And you will all be delighted to know
I
that they've
don't
also
think
reacted
I would like to
to
have-
the re-entry and
Sorry.
splashdown. So it'd be rude not to look at that as well, right?
Double kill.
Thought so.
Has been slain.
Oh my god, I'm gaunt and pale.
Tomodachi Life, living the journey.
Hello and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thanks very much for joining me. Before we begin with today's video though, I was reading earlier about how the Artemis 2 astronauts were praising the heat shield of Orion, and I was reading that story on Ground News, which was actually founded by a former NASA engineer called Harleen, who worked on the James Webb Space Telescope. Now, Ground News combines stories and articles from thousands of outlets, local and national, in one place, so readers can see the full picture of what's being reported around the world. As you can see here, Ground News shows you if there are any political leanings for each publication. And in this instance, with the Artemis 2 story, we can see it's mainly centre-driven, with 103 total news sources. Now, for every story, you get a quick visual breakdown of the news outlet covering it, their political bias, how factual the source is, which entity owns the source, and which countries are covering the story. Now, Ground News is also gaining notoriety for its work. They were recently recognised by the Nobel Peace Centre for their impact on media literacy, saying it's an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview, which is exactly why we use Ground News too. You can see every side to every story with access to international perspectives that are hard to find, so then you can make informed decisions where you can read, watch and share the best information available. And Ground News is mission-centric. It's not about eliminating bias, but providing better transparency. And they're funded by the community, not by big ads or investors. So go to ground.news/Simon to stay fully informed on breaking news and compare media coverage. Click the link in the description for 40% off unlimited access if you support the mission and find it as useful as I do. Right then, on with today's video, which comes from Mark Sargent's YouTube channel. He and David Weiss have gathered with a couple of other flat earthers, and they are reacting live to Artemis 2's return to Earth. We start as Orion is mid-descent through our atmosphere. Here we go.
Will there be dolphins?
Oh my God, dolphins. That's my favorite narrative.
Oh, yeah. Let's take bets. Chat room, what do you think? And I should look through some of the questions in chat. We'll just keep it on this for a little while. Which is, will there be dolphins? Will there be whales? Will the people be smiling when they get out? What, are they going to have is there going to be a parade? Why would there be a parade? We've already supposedly gone to the moon and back.
What? Capsules land in the ocean. Oceans have dolphins. Occasionally, they show up near ships. That's just the ocean being the ocean. There's no narrative there. And you can bet your bottom dollar they'd be smiling. They've just gone to the moon, survived re-entry, and not died. Yeah, you might crack a smile there, mightn't you?
And I can't stress this enough. NASA, after watching this for 10 days, good luck trying to do any sort of moon landing, walking around on the moon footage without getting caught on the moon. You won't be able.
They won't even give us cockpit footage during the launch or landing. Yeah. And now, this is supposed to be burning up as it's coming into the atmosphere. This is a simulation. Why do they have it upside down? It's a simulation. Why is it upside down?
Yeah, good point. It looks like it. Yeah, it should be going. Okay, let's fade to black. That's fine.
During re-entry, you get a plasma blackout. Ionized gas forms around the capsule, which blocks radio signals and disrupts video transmission. So no, you're not going to get a clean live shot through there, are you? And Mark thinks because of what he's seen over the course of this mission, he will easily be able to prove that the next moon landing is fake. How arrogant can you
Minions have spawned. Protect. Motivating. Pulse. An ally has been slain. slain. An ally has been slain.
Like, why did it? This is you have a dream that you had. That's a dream that you had. Not that I had. All right, well, here we are. Facebook. Feels like that.
Winding. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain. Enemy rampage. Your turret has been destroyed.
Time tick.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. destroyed a turret.
This is very exciting.
The island's coming together. You're in charge now, so take good care of your movies and have fun living it. Oh, one more thing. Make sure you save your progress before closing the game. Keep a record of everything that's happened. Save anytime. X. Bring up the menu. Okay. So I need to make more people. Oh, I got something wrong.
Winding.
Okay, we'll have another egg.
Honestly, this mission has rocked the Flat Earth community more than I thought it would, to be honest.
We spin. Okay. God, editing truck. Who's working in there?
But Mark, people on computer screens. People on computer screens. See?
Yeah, people. Yeah. By the way, don't they look tense? I think that guy over there is actually nodding off. What the hell? This is the most. Okay, and this. Again, we're transitioning over to shot. We've changed the exposure setting. We're not going to say what it is. You know what? Let me turn up the volume on this.
I don't think I've ever seen Mark Sargent like this before.
The ball is impatient.
He's usually so laid back and chill. He is genuinely triggered by the whole thing.
They're in the closed
Do you
caption.
think they went to the trouble of having all those people on computer screens like totally sectioned off, and they actually believe the data that they're seeing, that they're being fed? Remember the interview with the Apollo guy in the control room? He said we did so many simulations that when we did the real thing, we couldn't tell the difference.
Right.
Do you think that all of those people in there are fooled, or are they just actors, or is it just?
Oh no!
Dave.
I don't think most of them know anything, and I've talked about this for years. In the movie Capricorn 1, and I firmly believe they got this right. The only people that have to know are the actual telemetry guys, the guys that are feeding the telemetry to those people. Well, that's
But you think they don't know?
No, they don't know. Why would you tell them?
Mission control isn't one screen showing one thing. It's hundreds of specialists, all looking at different independent data streams. Things like trajectory, propulsion, thermal systems, communications, life support. You can't fake all that with one telemetry guy. These teams cross-check each other constantly too. If propulsion data doesn't match trajectory, alarms go off. If thermal data doesn't match re-entry conditions, alarms go off. What you are suggesting here is simply ridiculous.
There it is.
Is that
By the way, we're
They're-
supposed to be only 3 minutes out from splashdown right now.
Oh, there it is. Look at that little guy come back in.
How are we getting that side shot? Where are we getting that side shot from?
Yeah, good point.
From the ground.
It's a drone. Dave.
Wait, it's below
It's a
the
drone.
clouds. It's below the clouds. How's it 3 minutes from the ground?
It's 3 minutes from the ground right now.
How's it below the clouds? It would be 10 seconds from the ground. Right?
Oh, Dave forgetting there that clouds can form anywhere from 2,000 to 40,000 feet. A capsule can pass below one layer of cloud and still be miles above the ocean. Also, I'm not really sure why you're confused about that side shot, Dave. Recovery zones are packed with assets. Aircraft, helicopters, tracking planes, as well as long-range cameras too.
And think about this. When that parachute comes out, how fast is it going? Does anyone know the speed?
No, because they took it off the screen.
Yeah, so the speed is thousands of miles an hour. What parachute can withstand that?
Dude, it's made of Superman silk.
And by the way, what is it made out of?
Superman silk. Didn't you hear? Aren't you listening, Mark?
There's the little ones.
Yeah.
Parachutes are not deployed at re-entry speed. By the time they come out, the capsule has already slowed massively due to atmospheric drag. By the time you see parachutes, it's moving at a speed they're designed for. It's not one big parachute either, it's a stage system. You get drogue chutes first, which are small and stabilise the craft, and then the main chutes open. They're large for the final descent. Each step reduces speed safely.
And now, where did it come out of? It came out of the top, right? All the parachutes are packed in the top, and all that fire didn't melt the parachute because it's really good insulation. It's underneath the clouds for how long? Wow, how high are those clouds?
Look, he's like, look at these guys.
Wow.
We're waiting for the main shoes.
Is somebody downloading this because they can't replay it later, can they?
Well, it's going straight to my streams.
All right, well that's good. That's good.
So unless they whack that thing.
Well,
let's see how they edit it.
Where's the big parachute?
They don't
gonna hit the water.
Yeah, no, they only need small parachutes.
How low are they? Isn't that the water right there?
Dave is showing here how he has no clue how re-entry works. The bottom of the capsule, the heat shield, that's what takes the heat. That's the side facing into the airflow. The top, where the parachutes are, is in the protected weight behind it. You've also got classic depth perception failure going on here too. From a long zoom lens, the ocean can look much closer than it actually is. The drogue chutes that you see there deploy at around 7.5 kilometers up.
I know, it did seem a little low.
Maybe they're all going to die.
They can't hit the water at that speed. Oh, wait.
We're above the clouds again.
Yeah. Edit shift.
Now
Edit
there's
shift.
no clouds.
Edit shift. All right, here we go. So now we have a new view.
Yeah, now it's not nearly as
Now
dire.
all of a sudden the robot is going to let the three shoots out, and watch how fast is this going when those shoots open.
Drop. Oh, look, it dropped.
No,
It made it made new parachutes.
Now
look at that.
Look at the chutes. Why don't they open?
The other chutes that didn't melt.
One of them's not going to open.
Looks like one of them is not going to open.
But if it's going that fast, those things would rip open, and that would be the end of it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, now we're...
I think it's made out of like styrofoam.
Now it's working.
Let's see who was above them? What is flying above them at that speed and keeping up with it?
A jet.
Probably a predator.
You need like a free falling skydiver, and it would whiz right by them.
All that laughter you're hearing, by the way, there is nervousness. Dave, by this stage, the capsule is already massively slow and descending under parachutes. Aircrafts and helicopters can easily film this phase. They are desperate here to throw as much muck at this as possible and hope that it sticks. They have no clue what they're doing or talking about at all. They're just panicking. It's amazing to watch. Let's see the splashdown moment, shall we?
The drone
they're okay.
There it is.
20
there
miles
it is.
per hour.
There it is. Look, slowing it down. Is it going to land?
Oh,
Wait, how's it going so
water.
slow?
Because this is what parachutes are designed for, Dave. Why are you just saying even sillier things now?
Bets on it, dolphins are going to show up.
Edit.
There were no edits there. What feed were you watching, Dave?
There's going to be an edit.
This right here is AI.
Yep.
And there we are, everyone. After everything, all the footage, all the arguments, I knew it would boil down to something like that. It's just AI. Well, I think we'll leave Dave and Mark there for another video, nervously laughing at not only the Artemis 2 mission, but the thought of future missions and the impact they will have on their little community. Please do let me know in the comments below what you thought of this one today. As I say, we're all done and dusted for another one. Just enough time to once again thank Ground News for sponsoring today's video. Remember, go to ground.news/Simon to stay fully informed on breaking news and compare media coverage.
I've got to yap about two freaks today, and I want to start with the wackiest one. RFK Jr. and a dead raccoon's penis. That is a match made in heaven right there. That is peanut butter and jelly. Vultures don't get as excited about roadkill as RFK Jr. does. This guy loves it. And he brags about having like a freezer full of roadkill that he studies and like feeds to his hawk. I had no idea this guy was a cock scientist. I didn't know that. But in his new book, he just openly talks about the time that he pulled over with his family in the car, mind you, his kids in the car, pulled over in order to cut the penis off of a dead raccoon so he could bring it back and analyze it. As if he's some kind of like archaeologist. Like he's fucking Evie from The Mummy going through like the Book of the Dead trying to research it and learn about it as if he's some kind of scholar for Dick. Animal Dick. It's all documented in his new book, RFK Jr., The Fall and Rise. I don't know when the rise is happening. It hasn't happened yet. He's still in that fall. This dude looks like he's housing every single plague that the world has ever seen in his body right now. Every image and video I see of him, he looks like he's deteriorating further and further and just devolving into a fucking ghoul from Fallout. This is the experience here that he pinned. I was standing in front of my parked car on I-684, cutting the penis out of a road-killed raccoon, thinking about how weird some of my family members have turned out to be. A surreal passage indeed. I like how he's cutting the penis off of a roadkill raccoon in front of his probably horrified children in the car, and he's like, God, my family is so peculiar. They're such odd goofballs. They're so weird. Over there with the fucking hacksaw on the raccoon's cock. If only they could be more like me, just normal and well-adjusted. There we go. And then he holds it up like a trophy. We're celebrating, family. Quick, get some ice out. I gotta put this on ice. I need to study it when we get home. My kids waited patiently in the car, he noted, as he collected the raccoon's genitals so he could study them later. Finally, a man brave enough to go where science fears. He was willing to do the dirty work of snipping a raccoon's dick so he could take it home and really find out what makes it tick. Like, I'm curious, what is there to study with a raccoon penis? Like, what is there to do with that? What are you doing, just over there, like, playing with it? And stretching it like a penny whistle? Write it down. Interesting. These are the notes that will, no doubt, propel our species into the next scientific age, the final frontier of science. Raccoon genitals. Excellent, excellent, yes. I just have to wonder what he was doing with it. Like, was he trying to like fashion some kind of necklace out of it, like Ringar out of League of Legends, but instead of bone tooth, it's just raccoon penis? Or like, was he trying to make a stew out of it? Maybe he was like, crafting Saradomin brews out of RuneScape, just dumping the raccoon penis in there with some colloidal silver, just like this disgusting concoction, this witch's brew, this potion. Like, what was he doing with it? Genuinely, like, what was he doing? Because he traveled all the way home with it. So this was like an important thing that he did. And this is apparently something that he made a habit out of doing with dead animals. Dude pillages roadkill like he's Indiana Jones looting a tomb full of treasure. Yeah, just imagine hunting with RFK Jr. Dude probably doesn't even bring a gun. He just sits there in the bush waiting for the animal to get hit by like a bus or a train. Then he leaps in action. Yes! Yanks the wiener off of it. According to his daughter, this obsession with dead animals also put a damper on vacations. Apparently there was an incident where a whale carcass washed ashore, and so RFK made a beeline for the beach and decapitated him with a chainsaw and strapped the whale's head to the roof of the family minivan with a bunch. Bungee cord, intending once again to bring it home to study. Every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice would pour into the windows of the car, and it was the rankest thing on the planet. Sounds like hell on earth. He's out here torturing his family on this vacation. We all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger. That was just normal day-to-day stuff for us. Sounds healthy. And then, of course, there's the infamous one where he dumped a dead bear cub in Central Park after a botched attempt to skin it. That one's been talked about a lot. I'm pretty sure all of you have already heard of that before, but the whale and raccoon penis, I think, are new revelations here from the bizarre adventures of RFK Jr. and his fascination with dead animals. Bro thinks he's the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Like, what is he doing? Is he trying to, like, breathe life back into it, like Frankenstein style? Like, what is he studying? Actually, like, what is he possibly studying there? Holy shit, the worm in his brain must be giving him some odd directives here, forcing him to get all of this roadkill like treasure so he can squat on it at his house like Smog. That's his gold. All of this roadkill, all this dead animal penis and heads all over the place in his secret villain lair. What a wacko. But don't worry, some highly intellectual people are out there defending this as just a lame media hit piece. The raccoon was already dead. Find a new slant. Typical lamestream media hit piece. Yawn. Raccoon was already dead. Penis was up for grabs. I pull over all the time when I see a dead animal. I make sure to take that cock and balls right off of it. Normal activity. Wasn't alive, so it's not weird. If it was alive and he chased it down in order to yank that puppy off, then I might raise an eyebrow, but this is just lamestream media. Who doesn't cut off a dead animal's cock on the side of the road while their family watches mortified?
Secretary, what did you do with the raccoon's dead penis? Where is it now?
That little giggly does there, that laugh. That was some demonic sounding shit right there. That sounds like a man who can't wait to get back to that raccoon's penis that's rotting somewhere in his abode. I bet he's got that raccoon penis in like an IV drip or something that he's mainlining or some shit. This is actually the secret to keep me looking so young.
Answer one question. In all seriousness, what is your fascination with the roadkill and dead animals? I know you've done a few things, notably with the whale, with the bear, with the raccoon more recently. I just want to know what the fascination is, sir. Anything? Okay. Thank you, sir.
There goes a hero right there. Not many men are courageous enough to pull over to the side of the road and cut a raccoon's penis off after it's deceased. It wasn't using it anymore, and RFK Jr. had a need for it. And he's a man of action, so he went out there and he claimed that. Same with the whale head. And the bear cub, I suppose. We may never know exactly what he's learned through his research, but one day it may be the key to the future of our species. Or he's using it for some kind of satanic rituals or some shit that he's conducting. Could be either or. There's really no telling with this guy. But anyway, speaking of penis, we gotta talk about a penis that's alive, and one that's on a human being. And from the sound of things, he can't stop using it for evil. I'm talking about Eric Swalwell. This is a congressman who was also running for governor of California, and this week numerous women came forward accusing him of inappropriate things as well as genuinely evil, awful things, including allegations of sexual assault. Initially, Eric denied it, saying that it was all false and that he was going to do everything fighting it tooth and nail. He has since stepped down from the race for governor as well as his position in Congress. He has resigned, and the allegations are only having more and more evidence to support the victims and their claims against him. That includes a video of him with supposedly a prostitute that he was in a hotel room with. On the video you can see him making out with her, and things start to progress. Now, if you don't know the lore, Eric is married. Eric has been married for a decade. Now, in the video he made denying the very serious allegations, he did make a mention of mistakes in his judgment, as well as mentioning that a lot of it's between him and his wife, and he has to accept the responsibility for mistakes he made, seemingly corroborating the extramarital affairs while denying the sexual assault allegations. All of this is still pretty new, and from what I've read, there is an investigation taking place because he might be facing criminal charges if these allegations are proven true, which he 1000% should. This is vile shit here, and from everything that I have read about it, and from what's available, It's not looking like this is just some innocent guy here. There's quite a lot of meat behind these claims. Personally, I think Eric's guilty as a motherfucker here. Based on all the available evidence here, I don't see any world where he could weasel out, just squeak out some kind of excuse like, oh, it was all just a big misunderstanding. I was just cheating on my wife a lot. Come on, it's not that big of a deal. Just, come on, the sexual assault stuff, no, we don't need to get into the weeds of that. Like, based on everything I think that's out there, there is so much evidence, and I think it should 1000% warrant a further investigation into Eric and hopefully some subsequent charges based on whatever they find there. So anyway, I found that to be extremely disgusting. I was reading about that earlier, so I wanted to yap about that as well. Anyway, that's really about it. So yeah. I love the HOA. It's a sentence you'll rarely ever hear a real human being say. If you ever hear someone utter something very positive about homeowners associations, that's how you know, that's your red flag to alert you to the fact that you're most likely talking to an alien, a demon, or a terrorist. Now I know not all HOAs are evil, diabolical monsters, but you do hear some real bad stuff. And actually, my house is in an HOA community, and I remember a long time ago, I had actually received a complaint from the HOA, one that needed action on my part, or I would be like fined or something like that, because I had a basketball hoop in my driveway. So I had to take the basketball hoop down because they didn't like it. I didn't know I couldn't put a basketball hoop in my own driveway. It was a Christmas gift, so that felt real good to have to take that puppy down. Is it the biggest deal in the world? No, but it is annoying. Like, the HOA's been neutral here for the most part, but that's not how it is everywhere. You hear all the time about nightmare scenarios with HOAs, and a lot of the time, it seems like the people that are elected onto the HOA's boards are power-tripping Reddit moderators that just let this shit poison their brain. And today, I saw a very good example of this for an outrageous situation, and actually, the night before I saw this, which would be last night, if you're doing the math. I don't know why I said it that way, like it was a fucking riddle. Last night we were even yapping about HOAs, because there are some crazy scenarios that arise from this that are just inexplicable. I don't know why HOA members are, like, love to rule it with an iron fist and think that there's some kind of, like, tyrant or something for it, and then they just, like, terrorize people in neighborhoods for no reason.
Okay. This is my house. I don't live here. I'm a detail. I pulled up. I can just take this down if you want. I can take it down if it's that big of a deal.
Everybody stand back. The HOA president has just arrived at the scene. Please get on your hands and knees and start groveling at his feet and worshiping him. This is the HOA president. I don't know if you could feel his spiritual pressure when he arrived. So right now he's causing a big hubbub here because a couple of things. There is a vehicle parked on the grass, which I guess is a big no-no there. And also, the detailer has a sign up advertising his business, which I guess, again, forbidden under the HOA bylaws or whatever. Which is an interesting one because there is a vehicle that drives behind this man that is advertising another business because their fucking truck is wrapped in it. Is he then going to chase that truck down like a fucking dog chasing the mailman in order to give him a piece of his mind? Like, hey, you can't be advertising a business here. Like, what, does he do that when, you know, fucking Frontier or Spectrum comes out for the internet? Oh my god, you've got your vehicle wrapped in a business, and get up and scram, get out of here. It makes no sense. I don't know why he wouldn't be able to put a sign out when all the other businesses that go through the neighborhood, like the one that drives right behind him, are also advertising their business just on a wrap as opposed to a normal sign. It's pretty fucking silly.
He's detailing my car. So what's the problem now?
You had a sign.
Okay, the sign's gone. What's up? What's the problem? What's the problem? He's detailing my car. What's the problem? He's detailing my car.
That's not your car. That's
my friend's car. Yeah, that is my car. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you. So what's the problem? I thought I had somebody coming to watch my car. You haven't told me anything.
You are not supposed to be running a business.
No one is running. I'm not running a business. I'm getting a service done. I paid him.
But that's not your car. That's your car. So
I'm not gonna argue with you, but I am gonna argue with you. And then he gives like the worst possible fucking arguments imaginable. How is he running a business out of his house when he is getting a service done? Exactly as he is stating. Like, that is checkmate. There is no business being run out of his house. There's a service being conducted. By this ridiculous logic, Mr. Big Shot, Big Meat HOA president is also running a business out of his house anytime someone comes out to fucking fix the plumbing or do his roof or something. Like, it makes no sense. When there is a service being done at this guy's house, how in any way, shape, or form is that this guy now running a business out of his fucking house? This is absolute lunacy. This guy is off of his gourd.
Mysteries to explore. My research indicates that if you hold your breath long enough, you can kick the habit.
Your allies decorating the seabed.
Once, people could breathe in
Too
water.
good an end for
Then
them.
we forgot how.
Your ally has slain an enemy. Twice the bounty.
Bilgewater is a lovely place, principally when facing out to sea.
An enemy has been slain. Your ally has been slain. Their turret's down.
Did you know clams can smell?
Everything's got an end.
The sea is the final frontier.
Shut down.
Whale
Enemy
crabs,
double kill.
octo salmon,
Your
barnacle
ally
shark.
has slain
Who
an enemy.
knows what I'll find? Welcome to the dive site.
Your ally has slain an enemy. Inhibitor destroyed. They'll never see me. You have destroyed a turret. slain an enemy. Go take a seat in the fountain. Your ally has been slain. Shut down. Haste. That's the last of their crew. That's two of yours down. Position for ambush. Your ally has been slain.
I don't know what he's even trying to like argue here, because it is nonsensical. If he has a problem with the sign, okay, the sign got taken down. Fucking take a hike. Get out of here. The issue solved. Why is he still going to get a letter?
I'm getting my car washed, so listen to me, right? You told me something, right? I'm here, I live here, correct? Because you know that.
I know that.
Right? I live here. He can't, I called him to come get a detail. My friend comes, and all of a sudden my friend wants to get a detail. So that's a problem on me now?
Yeah, because you're advertising.
Get out of here, man.
You're not supposed to have a vehicle parked under there.
Yo, I'm not allowed to wash my car on my property. I'm not allowed to have my car washed on my property.
You're not supposed to advertise it.
Okay, so he took the advertisement away. What is the problem now? Thank you. I want to get a picture of your tags.
HOA hotshot just blue screened in the brain there when he asked what the problem is now since the sign's down. He just keeps harping on that. You're running a business out of here. Your friend's getting a detailing too in your driveway, and there's a sign up here. Okay, the sign's gone. What's the problem? He's not running a business out here. His friend just happened to be there and also want to get detail done. That should be no problem. It's his own driveway. It's not encroaching on anyone else's property or anything like that. It is all above board. It seems like it's all perfectly complying with the HOA rules here. The only other thing he makes us think about is the truck on the grass, which they also moved in too, and still he has an issue. It's just crazy because like HOA zombies like this guy, they literally exist for this kind of power. Their purpose is to exert what they believe to be power on others, to try and make people feel like they're beneath them and that they're, you know, a godsend because they're on the HOA board or something. Like the way he flexes that, like he's some kind of secret agent. I'm HOA president as he flips down the FBI badge or something. It's so cringe, man. Just get a fucking life.
Well, that's a first for my business. The car's up. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Yeah. That's the case. Thank you very much.
The what's your badge number line from his friend actually got a big time giggle out of me there. This guy just won't leave. Like he just keeps saying, you're getting a letter, you're getting a strongly worded letter. It's gonna be a stern one. I hope you're ready. I'm HOA president, damn it. Who do you think you are? I am. Like, all the issues have been solved, which were barely issues in the first place. I don't know why he has to be so combative and aggressive about it, confronting him on his property about, like, the HOA laws that he's violating, because he's accusing him of running a business out of his house, which is the stupidest fucking thing ever. And even when this phony baloney problem is solved, he still just keeps making a big stink about it. He continues to argue. Like, the video goes on for, like, another 20 or 30 seconds, and it spans what I imagine to be multiple minutes, and he starts cutting around because they keep arguing. The guy just won't fucking leave. It's clear all he wanted to do was come over and cause a ruckus. He just wants to cause problems. He is the HOA president, and he thinks he has, you know, the fucking license to kill or something. He can do whatever he wants. So he's confronting him on his own property about nothing. A made-up scenario in his head about how they're running a business out of his house. It's so unbelievable, man. And there's plenty of videos of, like, HOA Karens and meltdowns and shit like that. I'm sure you've seen plenty. But it is just unbelievably annoying. And this one really grinded my gears, especially after just talking and yapping about HOAs for a while on stream last night. It was... this HOA president, I think, is the epitome of what an HOA board member looks like, for the most part. Like, he's a caricature of that. Anyway, though, just wanted to yap about it a bit. That's it. Yeah. There's an interesting phenomenon a lot of us have observed, where the smaller something is, the more aggressive it tends to be. At least in two cases that I can think of, like with dogs. Like, small dogs oftentimes go ballistic, like Donnie from the Wild Thornberries, and just like try to attack bigger animals, or like get really loud, like chihuahuas are notorious for it. But we can observe that same behavior in small men. Short man syndrome. I think probably the best example of that is Bagel Boss. I know that's a deep cut at this point because it happened quite a few years ago. That's like referencing season 1 of the internet at this point with how fast things move, but I think a lot of you remember the Bagel Boss where he freaked out, you know, started going crazy and reckless all because he thought someone was making fun of his height. And short man syndrome is something that's been discussed quite a bit. As a short man, I can tell you with confidence, it's not all of us. We don't all have that trait. But the reason I bring that up is because of a body cam I watched today, where someone who had no right talking the shit they were talking tried it on an officer, and they got a big attitude adjustment.
What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What part you in?
I ain't in any.
Let's go, man. You gotta get out. Let's go.
Nah, we gotta go nowhere. I
live here.
I don't got. Yeah, I live here. You don't got. What you walking up on me like that for? What's up?
What's your attitude?
Take that vest off. Come on.
Take that vest off.
Come on. Take that vest off. You know. Come on. Take that shit off. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. What's up? What's up? Take that shit off. Take that shit off. Like you're not a bitch. Take that shit off.
This guy is not looking like a fighter. He looks like when you set the slider as far to the left on slim as you can during the Oblivion character creator. He is as skinny as my wiener. He's got the body of like 3 french fries loosely held together. He's built like a cigarette. Yet he's out here talking and immediately sounds like looking to throw hands with the officer, telling him to take the vest off, telling him, let's go, bitch. Like, he's talking reckless right now. He thought he was still on Summoner's Rift right here talking to faceless teammates in League of Legends, but it doesn't really work like that here.
Come on, nah, take that shit off. Let's get it.
Where do you live?
Your partner here like he's gonna do something. You ain't gonna do shit.
Where do you live, man?
I live right here. There ain't nothing about it. Do something about it.
Huh?
How about that? Take your shit off and do something about it. You, like how we're...
Like you what? You want what?
Honestly, the officer was pretty patient here. He's kind of treating it like a joke up till this point. He even looks at the other officer like, do you believe this shit? Because look at the difference here. The officer has like 6 inches on him maybe, and at least like 60 pounds. Like, it wouldn't be a fight. That would be a slaughter. Plus, the douchebag has a huge debuff because his TikTok broccoli hair is in his eyes. I don't even think he can clearly see the officer right now. But he's trying to put on this big song and dance for his friends that he's like some, you know, colossal tough guy here, and it is just shameful.
I ain't gonna say nothing on that camera.
What
So
do you
I'm saying,
gotta do?
take that
What do you
off.
do? What do you
Take
do?
it off and you see.
Okay, take it off
and
and see.
Yeah.
Let me get your ID.
You ain't gonna get shit.
Okay.
Take it off and you see. Well, what you laughing for? I'm writing your shit. Take it off.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. I'm a minor.
It was an interesting strategy post-takedown where he tried to tell the officer he's a minor. He's 20 years old. But that technique right there is actually something I've theory crafted on if I was to ever be in like a dire situation. Like, let's say someone's got me cornered and they're looking to do harm. I have toyed with the notion of trying to say like, stop, please don't, I'm only 12. Now, it'd be a hard sell in my case because of the tattoos and the beard, but I have the height of a 12-year-old, so I do think there is a chance. But in this case, when he said that, I really did think, oh, he actually might just be a kid, but he's not. He's 20 years old. So he was really just desperately trying to go into like the bag of tricks to try anything to wiggle his way out of this one. It didn't work. Also, I love the line that he gave right before he got the, the fucking pile driver there. He said, I'm up in your shit, which is very reminiscent of one of my favorite lines in a Freakout where a cyclist went up to a guy, like a really creepy guy who was filming a woman's ass, and he was like blocking the camera, and he said, and I'll never forget, doesn't matter who the fuck I am, I'm up in your shit, so what the fuck? It had that same DNA. And I really appreciate that. While I might not like this guy's attitude here about talking all tough about how he's gonna like throw down with this officer who would absolutely eat him, break him in half like a Kit Kat bar, I do like that he tried that line.
So why'd you get in my face? What, you gonna hit me? Huh? So why'd you get in my face then? I told you stop balling up your fist, right? Okay, so why'd you get in my face? Alright, stand up. Hey! You doing that? Hey, back up! Hey, back up! You doing that? Back up!
Now.
You doing that, bro?
Back up. It's no big deal.
Player 2 just plugged in the controller and he's about to put on quite a show here watching his brother get arrested. Now, you'll love to see how quickly his tune changed after being taken down. He went from like, take that vest off, let's see it, bitch! Let me see what you're made of, bitch! Like, what's going on with that? Come on, man, like, take the vest off. I'm not gonna say it on camera, bitch! And now he's on the ground, he's like, sir, I'm so sorry. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Sir, I'm so sorry. Like, he's now just trying, like, to be respectful as if he wasn't just actually 2 seconds ago talking some reckless shit.
Help, where you going? No big deal. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Sit down. Joey! It's no big deal. It's no big deal. I ain't do nothing. I'm trying to help him. Joey! What the?
Oh my god, those voice cracks. The actual fucking, like, bird screeching of his yelling, like the kind of shit that you hear in Gamer Rage compilations where they get, like, excited and then the voice breaks. Actual puberty shit here. But I'm pretty sure he's also, like, the same age as his brother.
I didn't have time to work on him.
I didn't do nothing.
You were about to hit me, dude.
I was not about to.
So why'd you bar your fist and get in my face?
Because, dude, you're running up on me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. I was just hyped up, dude.
Hey, you on bullshit over there right now? He's a bitch, bro. You bitch made, bro. You bitch made.
So I watched it back a couple times. The guy was balling up his fist a few times, and then right before the takedown, he does get, like, right up in that man's shit. Like, he was all up in there like he was fucking pooping the colon. So, like, he does get close. The officer may have perceived that as, like, it's about to get aggressive, so he just immediately put the kibosh on that, ragdolling this goober. I also love how the brother has almost the same attitude and the same, like, NPC dialogue lines where he just...
Put your hands behind your back.
Beneath that, there's life that eats it, just like our ocean.
Right, like our ocean.
Yeah. And then, so the apex predators are things that are the iridians, which are the intelligent species. They live on the surface. There's no light down there. There's no reason for them to evolve eyes.
Of course.
And they do everything through echolocation, et cetera, et cetera. So bit by bit, I put it together. There's also no free oxygen in the air. So they have to have an enclosed body that deals with the carbon dioxide, oxygen, back and forth reactions. So they have different kinds of cells within their body. Everything's fine as long as they keep adding energy to the system. So they need to eat food that's found on the ground. That's why they're obligate predators. So all this...
It's kind of like some of the animals that live near volcanic vents here on Earth.
Well, they're for their biosphere, they're not really extremophiles. This is the normal thing for them. But they are obligate carnivores. And so if you imagine things that live on the seafloor, like crabs or things like that, so far down that the light isn't even reaching them, but there's still plenty to eat.
Right.
When science fiction gets the science right, it doesn't just entertain, it reshapes how we think about what's possible. That's Andy Weir's lane. From The Martian to Project Hail Mary, his stories are built on real physics, real constraints, and clever problem solving. In this episode, we dive into the book, the film, and how Weir turns hard science into something deeply human. But once stories like this hit the mainstream, the conversation can start to fracture. Take this article, for example, which has over 200 sources covering this story. Look at how the headlines themselves frame it. Instead of one clear narrative, you're seeing completely different versions of the same story. And beyond traditional media, you can even compare that coverage from different scientific sources like Science Daily or Phys.org, where the emphasis is on the data, not the drama. That's why we rely on Ground News, who was recently recognized by the Nobel Peace Center for their role in strengthening critical news consumption. Ground News' website and app pulls reporting from thousands of sources worldwide, so you can compare the coverage and see where key perspectives are either underreported or missing. It also breaks down bias, credibility, and ownership, so you're not just reading the news, you're understanding it. You can get the same unlimited Vantage plan we use for 40% off at ground.news/startup, or by scanning the QR code on the screen. That's 40% off at ground.news/StarTalk to make sense of the headlines and see how the complete story takes shape.
It looks like a pile of rocks, an animated pile of rocks, but the appendages move in the crab-like way.
Well, he has 5 legs or arms. They can use them interchangeably. That each end in 3 claws, and so it's pentagonally symmetrical, you might say. And he doesn't actually move specifically like a crab. He walks on those legs, but he can walk on 3 of them while holding stuff with 2 of them, or he can walk on 2 of them even if he needs to.
I learned in the wiki fan page of your book.
Oh, excellent! An undeniable source of absolute truth.
Oh, yeah. And I hadn't thought about it, and I read this before I saw a preview of your film. The creature does not have a front or a back.
Right, because it has, so the way it does its echolocation is it has, I call them oracles, but they're basically like all over his body, are just like we have nerve endings for touch, he has nerve endings for sound. And so his body shape, his brain untangles all that information. He knows his body shape, and he knows his body shape and his position. Like an Iridian might reach out his arm to get a better view of something. He's like, wait, let me hear this a little better.
It's like this. That's his way
of
doing that.
A little bit. And also, wouldn't it be neat if you could just go like this and the room gets brighter for a second? You could be like, because that's how that works. Because of that, they have a constant input of their 3D environment. Constantly going on in all directions.
There has to be some sound somewhere for that to be the case.
That's true, but there's always ambient sound.
Yes, okay.
There's wind or whatever, and if they don't have any, they can make some, right? But so they have this constant input of their 3D environment. So they don't have the part of their brain that we have that maintains cognition of what's around us. So you're looking at me, but you know what's behind you. In your brain, you don't have to think about it. Your brain's just keeping track of that. You know there's a bookshelf there. And in a way, you can see it in your mind. You know where it is.
And if I turn around and it's not there, I'll notice it's not there.
You'll notice it's not there. They don't have that part of the brain. They don't have to track that because they constantly have 360-degree input. It's like if you had eyes all the way around your head.
That's pretty brilliant.
Now, if they suddenly can't hear anything, they will lose all of that information. If you close your eyes, you still know pretty much everything that's going on. Well, no, but in addition to that, you just close your eyes. You know where everything is in the room. I mean, not precisely, and you probably bump into stuff, but you know there's a table there, a microphone here, a chair here, bookshelves, meals, desk,
but why wouldn't they be able to do the same thing we do? Because when we close our eyes, we have lost the input, but what we're doing is recreating it in our mind.
But your mind has a whole system of maintaining a 3D model of your environment because you can't look at it all the time.
I understand what you're saying.
So that's
because our minds are acclimated to always tracking what's around us.
And persisting.
If we didn't have that, when that would be taken away, we'd be lost immediately because they don't need to do
Basically,
that.
they don't have object permanence.
This is that famous test with infants. It's a famous test.
That's
the object's still there when it goes behind the wall. And until a certain age, it goes behind the wall, and then they just look somewhere else. It's gone. And then after a certain age, they'll look and they'll anticipate it coming out the other side.
That's why peekaboo is so effective with infants. You vanish from reality.
I was going to say, I still like it.
Chuck's still working on object permanence. Well, they do have object permanence. Iridians, if something leaves their sensory input, they do, but they don't have that spatial map in their head.
Richard Dawkins thinks that bats that use echolocation, being mammals, that means they're structurally similar to us in important ways. He thinks they might use echolocation and map colors onto it. He thinks they might be able to, because they have the capacity to think of color. Why not add color to echolocated objects? I mean, why not?
Why not? Yeah. I mean, the only way we'll know is to ask a bat.
Ask a bat. What color is this wood? Well, one thing I saw interesting lately is they took a thing. You know how the cones in your eye react to different wavelengths. So there's red, green, and blue cones, and there's overlap and stuff like that. Well, there are some activations that never happen. because like any wavelength that's this, you know, any wavelength in this range will activate your greens a little bit and your blues a little bit and stuff like that. And so what they did for the hell of it, I think, was they took human test subjects and shined lasers into their eyes to just activate the blue cones. And so now their brain is getting a signal that has just blue cone activation and no green cone activation. And that makes a new color because they have never experienced that in their life. And they have a hard time describing it. They say it's like this really, really brilliant, bright blue, which should surprise no one. But it's interesting. Imagine being able to go in and have somebody shoot a laser in your eye and see a color you have never seen, nor will you ever see again, because it can only be done by specifically activating those. We are way off topic.
No, love me some color. Color is good. No, I love me some color. So, through your pen, through your mind, the main character names this life form Rocky.
Rocky, because he looks like a rock.
He looks like a bunch of rocks.
Of rocks.
Very imaginative.
Okay. Then, it took me a half second. I want to alert people of this so that they don't lose this half second. He asks Rocky, is there someone back at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Rocky goes, Adrian.
And you can't understand. And so, okay. I'll call you Rocky, and I'll call your mate Adrian.
Okay.
Yep. But you got that's very pop culture.
Yeah. Very pop culture.
Retro.
Yeah,
decades.
I'm from
retro.
Philly. It's totally fine. We love it.
It's 50 years ago.
I am decades retro.
Yes.
Yes, so am I. I am also from 50 years ago. So. As for Philly, here's the thing. I wanted to do this as part of the publicity, but I came up with the idea too late. Everyone agrees it would have been a great idea.
But we didn't say what's going on in case you don't know. Rocky, the movie, with Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
And he's from Philadelphia.
Correct. And his wife's name is Adrian.
And his wife's name is Adrian. We all know that because there's a big scene. Adrian!
Yeah. Right. But I wanted, from the marketing, I wanted them to either CG render or have the puppeteers do it to show Rocky from Project Hail Mary running up the steps
of the Art Museum in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the Art Museum in Philadelphia. And put his little
put his appendages up,
and everything like that.
Why not?
Because I came up with it. It would have taken too long and cost too much at the point that I came up with it.
And it would have been stupid. Okay.
It would have been stupid. What are you talking about?
That's the first thing people do when they go to Philly is run up those damn stairs. So like,
how are you getting Rocky to Philly?
How you get what?
Through astrophase propulsion.
Stupid.
Come on, man.
They did little things where they, CGI put like Rocky on the red carpet for the London premiere, and he's like signing autographs.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. That's
All
cool.
right.
That's cool.
You got it. So one thing that I didn't quite follow precisely. How, by what means and mechanism was the lead character, of course played by
Ken.
You know what? I can't think of his name now.
Ryan Gosling.
Calling him Ken.
By Ryan Gosling.
Well, thank you.
So he sets up his computer to. There's initially a shared vocabulary. They start with science and symbols and things, and then that rapidly becomes full-on exchange of translated knowledge. So I didn't quite follow how that got so effective so quickly.
Well, it's just he had his computer like be able to analyze the waveforms, and so Rocky would say a word.
The acoustic waveforms, yeah.
The acoustic waveforms that Rocky's making, and it would say a word, and then he'd put that in his program and say this, and this is the word, like hello, and then when the computer heard something close enough to that, it would then have a synthesizer voice say hello to be Rocky's voice. So, and Rocky is not speaking full, poetic, very high-end. He's talking like real simple words for dumb human.
Right.
He's speaking sort of a pidgin, Iridian English hybrid thing to try to keep the words simple and keep the sentence structure simple so that they can each talk to each other.
Oh, cool.
But there had to be some starter exchange of vocabulary.
Yeah. And they started with, I think, the number 1. Yeah, this is my number 1. 1. So what do you say for 1? Okay, cool. 2.
Okay.
It's,
Okay, that's cool.
That works. So I.
Oh, and by the way, since you're talking about Rocky and Adrian, I'm surprised. Did you notice that the name of the ship is the Hail Mary, and it's full of
It better be Grace, but
Grace.
yeah.
Wow.
The main character's name is Dr. Ryland Grace. The Hail Mary is full of grace. I could not resist it.
Wow.
I am weak. I'm weak, Neil.
But is the Lord with thee?
Well, the writer would be the Lord, right? In this case.
Okay. I guess so.
Hilarious.
I guess so.
There you go.
But are you blessed art thou?
I don't want to know anything about the fruit of your womb. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Blessed art
saying.
thou among women. Yeah, that's right.
Let me ask you this, though, because you seem to have this theme of alone in space.
Oh.
What is it that fascinates you about alone in the cosmos?
Well, to be fair, Ryland is not alone, right? He's got his brother from a rocky mother with him, right?
Okay.
But failing that, it's just a very convenient method of storytelling. You have your hero is like completely isolated when they're out in space. It's like, even if all of humanity wanted to help him, which was the case in The Martian, there's very little they can do.
So the lead character in this story he's kind of a reluctant hero.
To say the least.
He a selfish coward.
I wouldn't say
selfish. He doesn't want to save the world. He doesn't want, and yet he's cast into this spot kind of against his will. Reminding me of the great Shakespearean line.
Yes.
Some people are born great. Some people achieve greatness. Other people have greatness thrust upon them.
He had it thrust into him. It was not a good experience. He had greatness just absolutely injected into him.
Yeah. He was a reluctant participant in this mission.
Right.
But everyone knew they needed him, so they just drugged him and put him on.
Yeah. That's a pretty big spoiler, by the way, for the movie, so you might want to make an extra warning.
Okay.
and the book also. But yes, he was there against his will, and I wanted to make a likable protagonist, and I think we can all feel like we've all felt at times that we are like unqualified, unwilling, and scared. I don't know, maybe not you. You just radiate confidence, but for the rest of us more.
But that's not interesting to a viewer. You want the person to overcome these weaknesses.
Which he does.
And then triumph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he does.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That always redeems a character too.
Yeah.
He could start off scared, cowardly, but then overcomes that to do heroic feats.
Right.
Especially if they're selfless heroic feats.
Right. I mean, the first time he was willing to really risk his neck was because of the friendship he had made with Rocky.
Well, okay. So that's cool, man. Mm-hmm. That's cool. So he didn't want to save humanity, but he put his ass on the line for some rocky ass alien that he didn't even know.
Yeah. Now I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
Now I'm angry.
Within the context, saving humanity was a guaranteed death sentence. It was a suicide mission.
Gotcha.
Saving Rocky was high risk of death. It was a little different.
Okay.
That's an interesting distinction.
I like the distinction. Yeah.
High risk of death or certain death. Certain death. Yeah. I'm taking the high risk.
Yeah. T-Mobile 5G home internet has some big news you should know about. They now have the fastest 5 guarantee. So, if you want the fastest 5G home internet with a simple setup and savings that...
So I want to just compliment you on conceiving of aliens that are not just actors in a suit.
Yeah.
So therefore, you have the freedom for them to not be humanoid.
Right.
Which is one of the weakest points of all Hollywood aliens.
Well, to be fair, Hollywood aliens are usually not in $200 million movies, right? And so you've got to be realistic.
Is that what your movie cost?
Yeah.
Wow. $200 million.
Actually, closer to 250, but we got tax rebates from the UK for shooting there. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, we better make a lot of money on this.
Well, that's why he's got an expensive Panama hat.
That's why I've got this expensive Panama hat. Right. So half of that budget went to this hat. All right. But yeah, most of the time, if you're going to write a science fiction story and you want to tell it in a reasonable budget, like an episode of Star Trek or something like that,
you get the rubber costume.
You get the forehead prosthetics. You have the alien be in the same environment. You're good. But yeah, with the luxury of being able to do whatever you want, we can have our alien require xenonite barriers, and stuff like that, and be completely non-humanoid.
Tell me about the barriers, because your alien requires a different environment.
29 atmospheres of ammonia.
29 atmospheres.
A lot of pressure and ammonia.
And a lot of heat.
Yeah, that's right. Hot, high pressure, and poisonous gases.
Yep.
So
sounds a lot like me and Melania. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
So how do you
after a lot of tacos?
How that the boundary between the regular spaceship and the alien in the spaceship, what was that boundary? It was transparent.
It was made of xenonite, which is a material that is somehow one of the main components of it is xenon, a noble gas that doesn't normally react with things.
Right.
What I wanted,
it makes super bright headlights. But
yes. So Ryland has no idea how that stuff works or how it's made.
So it's a rocky.
Yeah, it's Iridian technology.
Okay.
And so what I wanted was, I didn't want either species to be like completely scientifically more advanced than the other. From the Iridians' point of view, we're kind of the advanced aliens because we have computers, we have better technology across the board. But Iridians have much better materials technology.
So they're material scientists, basically.
Yeah, their materials science is far better than ours. But our like they didn't understand relativity. The Iridians didn't, or they didn't understand. We've only known it for about 120 years, so don't get so high and mighty.
Wait, so why was it important that they didn't know relativity?
We figured out flight before we figured out relativity. Okay, so
why was it important that they did not know relativity as a storyteller?
Because it gave me an excuse to, if you assume Newtonian physics, which they did, they calculated how much fuel they would need to get from their home star 40 Eridani to Tau Ceti, and for a trip back. It was supposed to be a round trip thing, and you calculate that fuel, you get a certain number. The real amount of fuel you need to use is considerably less due to the time dilation and the relativistic effects you have when you're going there. So he ended up with a whole bunch of excess fuel, which enables him...
There, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
And so that's the evidence they didn't know relativity, otherwise they would have done the proper calculation.
Right.
Right.
And Rocky, it's in the book but not in the movie, Rocky says they were very confused. It's like, okay, the planet was, the other star was closer than it should be, so we slowed down, but then it got further away. And what?
Oh, so they're experiencing relativity, not knowing what the hell's going on.
What is going on?
Wow. So do you regret that wasn't in the movie?
No, you had to cut things out.
Yeah, so okay. Because you don't have final edit control, I presume, because you're just the author.
Well, I'm also a producer, so I had to say.
What were you executive producer?
No, I was a real producer.
Oh! Oh! Wow. So, is there a scene you felt should have been in the movie?
Yeah, my only regret, and Drew and I both fought for this. Drew wrote the adaptation for it.
I saw that. He credited him for that. Drew, the full name?
Drew Goddard.
Drew Goddard.
Drew Goddard wrote the adaptation, did a fantastic job. And he and I both wanted this one scene, and we just didn't have time for it because the runtime was going so long. But there's a scene in the book where they nuke Antarctica. They basically... back on Earth,
on
Earth, they set off a bunch of nuclear explosions in Antarctica to make an entire ice shelf fall into the ocean so that it will melt and release all the methane, which is greenhouse gases, so that Earth will retain more of the heat that it is getting from the sun.
Because the astrophase is eating
the sun. They're not dimming the sun.
So, wow.
So they're like, we need some global warming.
Wow.
And that's why...
Are you doing Trump? Is that it?
And that's why...
There's something between Trump and Fat Albert. It's somewhere...
I think there's something wrong with your ears.
You're a pretty gravelly Trump, my friend.
No, if you've listened to him now, that's how he talks.
Okay.
So I'm not doing rally Trump. I'm doing the Trump that talks in front of the cameras and wants you to know that, quite frankly.
So that's something that was not in the film, where we don't see Earth descending into...
Right, and that's also not in the book. We see in the beginnings of it in the book, there's issues, they're starting to have problems, and a lot of the problems are caused by the amelioration techniques they're proactively doing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they nuke and things are going to get worse, but then we're going to need that heat.
Yeah. Right. So we have a mouse problem. Well, let's get a bunch of hawks. Now we have a hawk problem. Okay.
Exactly.
That's the deal.
All right, and it was a stretch for me, if I may.
You and I are enemies now.
Go ahead. It was a stretch for me as an academic to completely embrace the idea that the entire world of biochemists is insufficient to handle this mission, and they need the one guy who has the expertise that no one else has, and he's a middle school chemistry teacher.
Right. So to be fair, he was a speculative xenobiologist. He is a PhD. Astrobiologist. So he had done that, and then he left that field. He'd written papers and stuff.
But he wrote papers, so the papers are out there, and other people are still active.
Right.
And he's no longer active.
Right.
So why does he still become the guy?
Because he's been part of the mission and the mission planning the whole time. So he understands all the other aspects of the mission as well. He knows all about the Hail Mary itself. And they don't have time to train someone else up on all the other stuff. And he's as well trained as any of the other biologists
in the way they
in the field that they need him to be.
Okay. He got out of that one.
Does that work for you?
He got out of that one.
I got wriggled out of that one.
So again, congratulations.
Thanks so
on
much.
Some of your books getting turned into movies.
Two out of three. Two out of three.
Some of your books getting turned into movies.
Thanks.
And it's a delight anytime you come visit us here. And for whatever might be your next book still, we want to stay on your tour.
Okay.
Your tour list.
Always.
All right.
All right.
Cool. Excellent.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And any last just bits of wisdom or advice for us all? How about inspiring writers? What might you say?
Aspiring writers? I got 3 bits of...
Is it even possible to get behind a black hole?
There's distortions in the space-time continuum in the vicinity of the black hole, so that the accretion disk behind the black hole has sight lines that come around the black hole to you.
Because it's bending the light around because the gravity is that deep and heavy.
Bending the light around.
That's amazing.
So you're seeing this sort of unfolded image of a black hole in all places.
You can't sneak up on a black hole.
This is Star Talk. Neil deGrasse Tyson, your personal astrophysicist, gets a cosmic queries grab bag. And you know what that means? Chuck Nice is right here.
That's right.
All right, Chuck.
The fan favorite.
It's a fan favorite.
It is a fan favorite. The people love the grab bag.
Why?
You know?
We have all these amazing guests and Nobel laureates. Yeah. And they keep coming back for the grab bag.
We like to grab them by the query.
And Chuck, we still got Just Smart Enough sitting on our YouTube channel.
That is correct, sir.
That is a all science comedy bit.
Yeah, and it's and guess what? Thank you guys. Everybody's watching it. Getting a lot of great feedback. It's my comedy special. It's on the Star Talk main YouTube channel.
We love it.
Please check it out.
It's pushing through 500,000 views, so
Yes, it is.
we're feeling good about it.
Feeling good.
All right.
So this is Sumit Sharma. And Sumit says, while riding my bike, I noticed the dynamo that generates light every time I pedal. I think it converts rotational energy into electricity. In space, things stay in motion. What if we rotate a turbine that keeps rotating forever, generating loads of electricity that we can send back to Earth? Or have big solar fields? Why don't we generate electricity in this way?
So 2 separate things.
2 separate things.
3 separate things. Let's start with the bicycle.
Okay.
I think what she's probably referring to is one of these devices that leans up against the wheel. So let's go back to the middle 19th century.
Okay.
Michael Faraday.
Yes.
He might be the most important person many people have never heard of. Because he invented a way to make electricity.
That's right.
All right. He saw a wire and he connected a wire to a little meter. The meter's not doing anything. Took the wire, passed it through a magnetic field.
Yeah.
Didn't just have it sit there, he moved it. And the wire went like that.
Yeah, the meter went.
He created current in the wire by passing it through a magnetic field. Okay. So, and that was an odd little toy that he made, and he showed it around. So this is charming. What a
great little trick, Michael.
Yeah, it's a trick. And there's a rumored comment where, someone like was it the Parliament, whoever, this is in England. Of what value is this to the British Empire?
Indeed, sir. You are wasting our time, I see. And you expect us to use valuable pences and pounds.
And shillings. Don't leave out the shillings. And so the reply, rumored, was, I don't know of what value this will be to the British Empire, but I know that one day you will tax it.
Faraday was gangster. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. What a great statement.
And there's another statement in the same vein, and I don't know if he really said this, but it's attributed. Another one said, well, what value, what good is this? And he says, of what value to the world is a newborn baby?
Oh, well, you lose that argument because the value is nothing.
No, it's what value will it one day
be?
Well, that's the whole point.
Right.
That's the exact analog.
And that answer could still be nothing.
And that is how all electricity is still made today.
That's right.
All electricity through motion.
Through motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It turns a turbine.
Turbine is wires passing through a magnetic field.
And it creates electricity.
Creates electricity every time.
And I don't care where you are in the world. That's how you get the electricity.
Okay.
That's why windmills.
There's wind turbines.
Right.
There's
steam turbines.
It's the steam that just creates something to spin.
That's all it does.
To go through it. That's what it is. And dams, where they let the water go through.
Yep.
It's turning
a turbine. Even geothermal, they use the heat from the earth itself to heat water to make steam to turn the turbine. It's turbines all the way down, baby.
Well, it's not turbines just to warm your home.
No,
because you can do something with the geothermal.
Well, you could warm your home with geothermal. Nothing else.
Right,
correct.
But you're not generating electricity.
You're not generating electricity to do so.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, different from that, you have solar panels.
Right.
Where the energy is already there.
That's called the sun, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
It's a solar collector.
You have your photovoltaic cells.
Correct.
And that converts the sunlight directly into electricity. And so, yeah, we can do that in space. China has a plan
to put a big ring and do exactly what Sumit is asking to do.
I don't know if it's a ring, but they're going to put up a solar farm in space.
Well, that's the second thing they're doing. So they have a ring that they're going to do.
I didn't know about the ring.
The ring is the latest thing that they're
talking about. You want to put a ring on it?
They want to put a ring on it. They want to put a ring on it.
All right. So when you're in space, if you're far enough out, then there is no nighttime.
Right.
Because you're not making electricity with sunlight at night.
That's right.
And nor are you making electricity in daytime under clouds.
Correct.
There are no clouds and there's no nighttime if you're far enough out in space. You can always point something to the sun.
24 hours a day.
They would then convert it to microwaves, beam them back down to Earth, to a place that will receive it, and it's free electricity.
And here we are talking about drill, baby, drill.
Still digging oil out of the ground.
Still digging oil out of the ground, and they are talking about putting solar arrays in space.
And we like criticizing them, because they far and away are the largest coal burning
society
country. Okay?
In the, right.
So it's easy to criticize that, putting a blind eye to what they're actually doing to get ready for the future.
They have coal in China, but they still need more. Okay, they don't have oil, so they need to import that. Guess what you can import, and you're gonna own it outright.
The sun.
The sun. And people are like, "Oh, solar power is not. It's not really viable." It's not, and I'm like, "It's 93 million miles away, and if you lay your ass on the beach, it will burn you. And you will tell me that it's not." Anyway, I'm sorry.
There's the evidence.
There's the evidence that the sun. Okay.
So there you have it.
There you go, Sumit.
All right, thank you for that.
Way to go, Sumit. Way to get us thinking. All right, this is Siroons.
Don't make me come over there and read that for you. Don't make me grab this.
I think it's Siroons.
Okay, go.
He says, in Sunshine, you said that if the sun were about to run out of fuel and collapse, any amount of atomic bombs wouldn't matter. But what if we could put giant rockets on Jupiter and throw it into the sun? Would that buy more life for the sun? This guy is diabolical. He's like Dr. Evil.
No, he's Lex Luthor.
Exactly. I'm putting rockets on Jupiter.
I don't know what he's remembering that I said. Yeah. Maybe I said it wrong, or he's not remembering it right.
So what he's trying to talk
the
about
nuclear bomb. Here's what I'm saying. When the sun runs out of hydrogen in its core,
right,
then the furnace turns off.
Right.
To run out of it means at the place in the sun where it's hot enough to fuse hydrogen, they've run out of hydrogen.
That's it.
Okay?
Right.
All right. Hydrogen is everywhere else in the sun. It's just not hot enough to fuse it.
Exactly.
If you could find a way to stir the contents of the sun, bring outer layers down into the middle.
Right.
Conveyor belt style. You could feed this nuclear engine with an essentially unlimited amount of hydrogen.
Right.
The amount of hydrogen participating in the sun's generation of energy, I forgot, 1%? I mean, it's tiny.
Right.
Compared to, the sun is made of hydrogen.
Yes.
90% of the sun, it's 8% helium, 2% other.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, what?
2% other.
I thought it was just,
Yes.
hydrogen and helium.
Yeah, it's mostly hydrogen and helium. So that would be the way to prolong the life of the sun. In fact, there's star clusters in space, obviously, where they're all born at the same time. And so you expect them to evolve synchronously in a way that the high mass stars die first, the lower mass stars die second. There are some clusters where there's a star that should have died long ago and didn't.
Ooh.
It's called a blue straggler.
A blue straggler.
Blue straggler.
I remember when this first started. I'll never forget the time when the little nursery was over here and the other stars came
It's
out.
hanging out longer than it should have in that diagram of the cluster.
Right.
Okay? It was in my time in graduate school when people figured out what that was. You know what? A blue straggler is two stars that collided, stirring up their material, giving
each other new energy.
New energy. That's right.
So what I did was I found myself another star. I'm kind of like the Keith Richards of stars. Got a younger star over here and I took his energy. Boy,
How
I'm
old
gonna
is
take
Keith Richards? That boy must be 120, 250.
Yeah. Oh, that's super cool.
So
Super
we know the stirring up would work,
right?
Because these stars live
that's what
longer
they did.
than they're
supposed to.
They're supposed to. But if you throw Jupiter in, that'll help a little.
Okay, yeah.
But Jupiter, as big as it is still small compared to the sun. By mass.
By mass, right.
So maybe we should just find another star system.
That's it.
We're talking about 5 billion years in the future. If you can't figure a way to get another star,
But
go home.
if we made it that far, by the way, if we do make it that far, let's just call it quits.
We're done here.
If we're here as a species 5 billion years from now, we need to be gone. Okay? Anyway.
Give the rats a chance.
Yes. T-Mobile 5G home internet has some big news you should know about. They now have the fastest 5G home internet according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. Now, in practical terms, it means photo backups happen faster, streaming a documentary doesn't stall halfway through, the physics of waiting reduced. What's also notable is that this jump in speed doesn't come with added complexity. Setup is simple. You plug it in and you're online in less than 15 minutes. And the value side of the equation holds up too, with a plan price that's backed by a 5-year price guarantee. So, if you want the fastest 5G home internet with a simple setup and savings that stick, get T-Mobile 5G home internet. Just visit t-mobile.com/home internet to check availability today. Price guarantee exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Fastest based on Ookla Speed Test intelligence data, second half 2025. All rights reserved. All right, here we go. This is David Everett who says, artificial gravity in movies/TV confuses me. When a starship gets hit by a torpedo, the crew tends to fly out of their seats. If artificial gravity is produced by the ship itself, shouldn't that not happen? And if it does happen, shouldn't the crew get splattered on the back wall when the ship goes into warp or hyperspace?
Okay, two separate questions.
You
got hit with a torpedo.
Right.
So your artificial gravity is creating a force vector mimicking what happens on Earth. And that force vector is always down. Down.
Right.
Let me be precise. That force vector is always towards the center of the Earth.
Right.
For everyone experiencing that anywhere on Earth, it is down.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Pete Holmes has a gig where he said, the comedian.
Yeah, I know
Holmes,
Pete.
He talks about, well, wait a minute. If Earth is in space, then heaven is just away from Earth.
No matter where you go.
No matter where you are. So if you're on one side of it, you can say, I'm going to heaven, and point out, or going to heaven over there. Because for someone on Earth, that's up.
That's up.
That's
Right,
up.
yeah.
But anyhow, if I introduce any other force on you, you're going to jolt from that.
Right.
You're going to feel it.
Same way you would on Earth.
You're gonna exactly
same way you would.
Yeah, if you're on a bus and then the bus hits a wall or stops, you'll be jolted.
Exactly.
So in space, with your gravity vector doing its thing, if you get jolted, you'll get jolted.
You'll get jolted.
Okay.
Right.
Now we did an explainer on all the levels of acceleration. Didn't we?
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think we ended with splat.
Yeah, it was the jerk.
The jerk.
And we ended with snap, crackle, and pop.
Snap, crackle, and pop. That's what it is.
Dig that up.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go over
snap,
that
crackle,
again.
and pop. Yeah.
It's all the levels of acceleration that can happen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you want to go to hyperspace. You need some sci-fi hocus pocus,
right,
to not be splattered on the back wall.
But not
Exactly.
warp. You don't need high sci-fi
You don't look dangerous.
sci-fi hocus
Everything
pocus
looks good.
for warp
Don't cause
because
any
that
trouble.
is
Sorry,
warping
my bad.
space.
My bad. You're absolutely right. Okay. If you're going to warp space,
right,
that's space doing the work
That's
for you.
space doing the work for you.
And you just step across.
Right.
You surf it. So that's not a problem.
Right.
So when they show it, the way to show it cool is the thing is there, and then it's off at a thing.
Right.
All right. That'll kill you.
Right. Exactly. Everybody on that ship is dead.
That'll kill your ass.
That's right.
All right. Otherwise, you got to find some other way to sort of navigate the space-time continuum in ways that shorten your distance from where you are to the destination.
Right.
So genuine warp drives, if invoked properly, according to manufacturer specs, you should not be a pile of goo.
You shouldn't be a pile of goo.
Yeah,
Right.
at the end of the thing.
Right.
All right, there's a quick. If I can get morbid for a minute,
go ahead.
There's a scene in the TV series Expanse.
Oh, I love that.
Where there's a sort of cowboy guy.
Yes.
He's okay. He's being a cowboy, showing off his girlfriend.
Oh my God!
Showing off these maneuvers. He's live streaming as he's in this craft, and he's maneuvering, and he's badass. Of course, he's strapped in. When you're in one of these things, you're in a 5-point harness, one between your legs, one on each side of your hip, and one across each shoulder. You know what's not harnessed? Your head. Okay. Okay. That's how Dale Earnhardt died.
Yeah.
Okay. He hit an embankment. His head is not restrained. The head keeps going at 160 miles an hour.
Right.
And the body stays there because it's strapped in.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all chained in now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they have a
They
connection
have
to
a
the
connection
back.
to the tether.
He had that option at the time.
Oh, damn.
But
He's
you're
probably too old school for that.
Old school. You're not going to do it. So in the scene in The Expanse, he goes through a membrane where his spacecraft stops. Is stopped at the membrane, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's
pretty graphic.
It's a pretty graphic.
But it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Oh,
it's good physics.
Hang on. You don't look dangerous. Everything looks good. Don't cause any trouble.
Physics.
Open it. You can pass. Go on.
Crumbled. It was really bad. And then stopped on an instant.
Yeah.
I've got orders to report every new face in town.
Very cool. This is Dave.
Best to
Hartman.
spot trouble before it makes itself known.
Hey, where's the gravity particle? Everything else has a particle of some
My
sort.
baby's gone and
What's
called
the
me.
deal with gravity?
We're looking for it. Okay?
Yeah.
Give us a chance.
Our
here.
ancestors once
But
claimed
the
that
energy of
uniting the
gravity
continent was our destiny.
Is really low, and we don't know how to go that low. Okay?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Because gravity's like a super weak force.
It is the weakest force in the universe.
Right.
You know, you want evidence of that?
Yeah.
Bend down and pick
I've
up
got
a rock.
orders to report every new face in town.
Okay? The entire Earth was insufficient to prevent you from picking up the rock.
Right.
Think about that.
Because, the gravity didn't change.
Okay.
That rock is on the ground because of gravity.
Do you know what is 42 magnitudes, powers of 10 stronger than gravity? Electromagnetism.
Oh, my God.
42 powers of 10.
That's incredible.
Which is why you go to one of these magnet doors, you can't open it.
Right. It's true.
It's just two plates of,
Or when you get electrocuted, they can't pry you from the wire.
What? Why'd you get dark? So
I'm sorry.
No, but the doors that are magnetically locked, and when you push a button,
and they unlock.
It's an electromagnet, and they just unlock.
Yeah, you cannot open those doors.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know, maybe if you tried really hard, you risk breaking the door. And that's just the circuitry in the thing itself. And you have all of Earth trying to hold on to the rock, and you thwart
And
it.
all you do is come by just
He's
like
quiet so far.
Earth.
He's still in trouble.
And pick up the rock so easily.
Let's become Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah, we
Keep your arms in
presume
order.
There's a gravitron particle corresponding to gravitational waves. Just as there are photon is a particle.
Come on, do that again. I dare you.
Waves of light. Yes.
And the electron.
Yes, okay.
For the electromagnetic.
Turn back,
All that.
please.
Yeah. So we're looking for it. Yeah. Just, chill.
Get off
I'm
our
just going
ass.
to order a straight jet. It's like rain tomorrow.
Like I'm one of you. Like I have a stake in this game. We'll find it soon.
Like you got your own accelerator.
Like my own accelerator. I mean, yeah. All right, here we go. Michael de la Morena.
That's good.
Shouldn't it be Miguel? Michael.
Miguel. Don't tell the man what his name should be.
All right. Is time a dimension or a field? It seems more like a field because it can be affected by gravity.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the way
he's thinking of time.
Miguel is I like that. I don't know that I have a good answer for that. The idea that gravity can distort time.
Correct.
In the way, the way things interact in fundamental physics. There are fields that affect particles that affect fields. So that's an intriguing thought. And I might bring that up with
Brian Greene.
Yeah, we scheduled a session for him, where we're going to pick his brain for 3 hours.
Yeah, it's going to be a long session. I'm going to smoke weed that day. All right.
We're going to poke his brain. I don't know how much brain will be left by the time, but we're going to get all in it.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept.
It's a really good concept.
Yeah. But for now, we think of it as a dimension in which we are trapped in the present. And you know the rest of my quote there.
Go ahead.
We are prisoners of the present.
Yes.
Forever transitioning between our inaccessible past and our unknowable future.
It's a really great quote. It's really good.
I'm just saying.
No, it's good.
We're kind of stuck. Yeah. But you're not stuck in space.
Right.
You can move this way or this way.
Space any way you want.
Jump up and down.
Right. Any way you want.
So one day, if we can conquer time, we'll have access to our entire timeline.
Right.
Is there any man like Marshall Midland?
All right, this is Textile Wiz. He says, hypothetical, Neil, you're given 40 yards of 0.15 millimeter steel wire on a reel with no markings. Would you use it as fishing rod or listen to the 1 minute message it may contain? How could you possibly know it contained information?
Why would there be information in the wire? Why is that even a thought? Okay, by the way, if every part of the wire is identical to every other part, it cannot contain information.
Why not?
Because information is this configuration of whatever you have is different from this configuration, is different from that configuration. And the information is contained in the difference in these configurations. That's where you get information.
That's where you get information.
If it's identical,
there can be no information because it's all the same all the way through.
It's all the same all the way through. Or the only information it's giving you is what's the orientation of the atoms that give you the string. Okay? And often that repeats.
Yes.
Typically like
and it normally is.
Like in a crystal, the patterns repeat. So you only have information enough worthy of one of these patterns, because once it repeats, it's not more information.
There's not more information. It's just a repetition.
So Chuck, that's the difference between having 2 newspapers and 2 oranges. Okay?
Right.
2 oranges, you got 2 oranges.
Yeah, 2 oranges.
2 newspapers, you don't have twice as much information.
Right. You just got 2 newspapers.
You just have 2.
But they got the same information.
The same information.
His will is vast as the ocean.
Yeah, so I don't know how information would be embedded in a wire. I'd have to know that in advance to even attempt that.
Right.
But clearly that's what I would do if I had any suspicion.
If you had any suspicion. So the answer is go fishing. Right?
Is that the answer?
No, that's not the answer.
But it's a steel wire.
It's a
You're
steel
trying to
wire.
cut- that's a big fish.
I don't know
you're
what you're
after.
catching. We're catching some tuna, some sailfish.
What's the difference between a sailfish and a sunfish?
Oh, the sunfish are the big giant fish with the funny looking heads.
What's the one with the
and
thing?
that's the sailfish.
So what's the sunfish?
The sunfish is the big...
Solomon's hand must have guided
fat,
you here.
Like, it's just got a big, fat, long head.
Okay.
That's the sunfish.
I'm just seeing kid.
And little teeny...
Okay.
Here we go. Stephen R. Small says this. Assuming spiral galaxies are evenly distributed, I'd predict an even split of spirals turning counterclockwise versus clockwise, plus a small fraction on edge where spin can't be detected. What would be learned if that prediction were true or not? Putting aside expansion of space, is a galaxy's translational travel vector aligned with its equatorial plane?
Are
like
you
a
seeking the
prism?
will of Solomon?
For the longest time, people have wanting to use these massive data sets of galaxies.
I
and
am
universe
most
to see
delighted.
If there's an orientation of the spiral
May Solomon's light guide you. I'm here for any who seek Solomon's grace.
And they can spin edge on, flat.
The path to salvation stands open to all.
Stephen R. Small.
So Stephen presumes that if it's edge on, you wouldn't know which way it's spinning, but we do.
Oh.
Yes, you can put a slit across it and get its spectrum, and you'll see that one side of the galaxy is blue shifting towards you, and the other side is red shifting away.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, yes. My people are brilliant.
I love that.
My people are brilliant.
That is so cool. But go ahead.
Yeah. So you know if it's coming towards you,
Right,
even
even
though it's edge on.
Right, even though it's edge on.
Yeah, okay.
You can see what's blue shifted, what's red shifted, the other. Oh.
So another fact I must correct is if you randomly scatter spiral galaxies into any environment, the most likely way you will find them is edge on. So here's the dish that's the galaxy. Okay. Here's a face-on galaxy. So let's say the North Pole is pointing to your head. All right. That's also face-on.
Correct.
The North Pole is pointing that way. To get a face-on galaxy, the galaxy has to be facing you to be a face-on galaxy.
Right.
Or it could be the other way.
The other way.
So there are only two ways the
that you're
pole
gonna-
can be pointing if you get a face-on galaxy.
Exactly.
Okay? Edge on, oh my gosh.
Oh, you can go in all the way around the clock.
At edge on, the pole
anywhere you
can
want to
be
go.
an entire circle this way, and you are edge on the entire
The whole
way.
thing.
There are more ways to configure edge on galaxies than face on galaxies.
Okay.
In a random set of galaxies.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
and you can show that probabilistically and statistically. And it's an exercise in graduate school. You do this. So don't be surprised when you look at the Hubble Deep Field and other things. There's a whole lot of edge-on galaxies.
Right.
Okay? People have been looking for extra rotating one way versus another. And the first time someone made that claim, they had room full of people saying, which way is the galaxy rotating? Just they ignored the edge-ons. So which way is the galaxy rotating? And people made their catalog. They said, oh my gosh, there's a net rotation clockwise. Holy cow, what's going on? And then theorists started coming in. Maybe there's leftover rotation from the Big Bang. And people started jumping all in. I call them ambulance-chasing theorists. Okay?
That's funny.
All right?
Go ahead.
So then someone had the idea, let's give this same test to a different set of people, except have them look at the photos from the other side. The mirror image of the photo. They evaluated the thousands and thousands of galaxies. Once again, most of them were rotating clockwise. That's not possible. I just flipped them all.
Right, that's a mirror image.
Right. So they concluded that there's a psychological preference for noticing.
So we have a bias.
We have a visual bias.
We have a bias that allows us to look for that.
That's right. And so we said we're not going to have humans doing this ever again.
Right.
So we train computers. AI is coming in at the time.
That's right.
And someone now has a section of space, not the whole, all of space, a section of space where there's a net angular momentum in one, a net spin in one direction and not another. And that's in the last year or so.
Okay.
So check that out. And we think it's not going to hold up, but it's nonetheless an observed result that people are contending with. Yeah.
Well, Steven, way to go, man.
And we're using spiral galaxies because elliptical galaxies don't have the stars are like
they're
beehive.
doing all kinds of crazy crap.
Right. It's not really a
the spiral galaxies are uniform.
It's a uniform rotating system.
Which, by the way, we're in one.
We're in one. We got one.
There you go. That's our home.
Let us live this day guided not by fear, but by love.
But I come from a
Grant
family of
solace
entrepreneurs.
and peace to the
My
broken
father was
and
an
the
entrepreneur.
wounded.
My grandmother was an entrepreneur. And my great-grandmother was an entrepreneur. I know how hard it is and how scary it can be, and you're not entirely sure it's going to work out. And it can be hard to make that leap of faith. That's why it helps to have a partner like Shopify by your side. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. From household names like Death Wish Coffee and Magic Spoon to brands that are just getting started. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. And get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. With Shopify, you can easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. It's time to turn those what-ifs
Best get a pint
into
down my neck
sales
before I
with
head home.
Shopify today.
Oh,
Sign up for your
today was a right
$1
bath.
per month trial today at shopify.com/StarTalk. Go to shopify.com/StarTalk. One more time, that's shopify.com/StarTalk. And I want to be a silent partner in your business because you're going to be very successful. All right, this is Jose Ikamba. Jose Ikamba, who says...
Is there an accent over the E?
Yes.
Okay. Because I knew a guy who took off the accent. He just wanted everybody to call him Joe.
Josie.
No, just Joe's.
Joe's.
And that felt wrong.
That's wrong.
That's what he wanted. Joe's. Okay.
That's all. Jose says, in Fantastic Four.
Ooh. I remember the day that movie premiered. It was highly advertised. It looked intriguing, looked even fun. Haven't seen it yet.
Still haven't. Me either. He says, researchers considers teleporting Earth into another universe to it. Realism. With current technology, what can humans do to move Earth from its orbit around the sun? Analogous to dark Diomorphos on a planetary scale. How plausible is it?
You gotta really understand how much mass there is on Earth.
Tell me about it.
Okay? I did a calculation. You know they bench test rockets, space rockets, in the desert. So you know how they do that. They could point them upwards and see how far they go, but they don't. They anchor them to Earth, ignite them, and measure all the forces and the pressures and the temperatures and everything. I thought to myself, if they kept doing this,
we could increase the rotation of the Earth.
I said, are they slowing Earth down? Because if it's perpendicular to our rotation, that would have a different effect. It wouldn't speed us up or slow us down. But if it's due east or due west, oh my God.
I've got orders to report every new face in town.
Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's nothing.
Right.
Compared to the rotational
Good day
inertia
to you. The village is quite lively these
It's a
days.
mosquito punching an elephant.
Not even.
Not even.
A gnat. It's a gnat.
A blue whale.
The blue. If you're something bigger than an elephant.
A gnat in a scuba gear punching a blue whale.
Yeah, so it's not a thing. So, but as I said in other recordings we've made, there's a movie made in China, but with an international cast called Wandering Earth 2.
Okay.
I never saw Wandering Earth 1.
I haven't seen either.
Okay, but Wandering Earth 2, there's something wrong with the sun. They got to take Earth somewhere else. There's no teleporting. It's kind of in present day, actually, but maybe a little bit in the future where they have space elevators and things. But it's not it's not Star Trek future.
No.
All right? They got regular rockets. So they said we got to move Earth, and they set up these rockets around the perimeter of the Earth, all pointing the same way, and then they ignite them all, and then Earth slowly pulls out of orbit.
Road trip.
And 99 bottles of beer on the wall to another star system to enter ourselves into their orbit. Now then you could choose where to put the orbit.
It's true.
Get the right exact temperature.
Exact temperature of everything you want. And wait, and the closest place we could go, which is not even a real star, right? Isn't that Proxima?
No. Alpha Centauri is a system. Proxima Centauri is the closest star within the Alpha Centauri system.
That's what I'm saying. So we would have to go to Proxima. We would have to go to Proxima because that's the closest we would.
Yeah, for every star, there is a distance that would be the right Goldilocks distance.
Right.
So we can pick any star in principle and just go to the spot.
To that spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Tam Tam. Hey, Tam Tam. In relational physics.
This is very like psychotherapy.
This is what? In relational physics, you know. Tell me about EMC squared. How's it make you feel?
How's it feel?
How's it feel?
Makes me feel good. Actually.
Okay. When different observers describe the same process differently, what is considered invariant? What actually holds across those perspectives?
I like that.
Wow.
You know what's invariant? That's a great point. Because two people seeing the same thing, interpreting it differently. Is there anything that's constant?
Right.
Yes. The speed of light.
Ah, look at that.
So no matter what's going on, if they measure the speed of light, they're going to get the same answer.
Oh, look at that.
Now, there are other invariants. That's the simplest one I could describe. There's others where there's a combination of your light, your travel in time and your travel in space. And so the length of that vector is the same for all the observers, if I'm remembering this correctly. I would check with Brian Greene again on this, but the combination of those two is invariant. So for me, my spaced vector might be longer than my time vector relative to you. You can have a longer time vector relative to space vector, but to connect the two ends, that length would be the same, and that would be the same throughout the system.
Interesting.
I think I'm getting that right. It's been a while since I dug into it.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying? And so just look at a triangle.
Yes.
And the hypotenuse of the triangle would be an invariant. But the triangle that gives you that hypotenuse can have varying. The legs can be a different size relative to each other. And these two legs, one is time and one is space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now that's a very good way to explain it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
If that works out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow, Tam Tam. Like,
it's a good, deep question. And
let me tell you what
invariance.
Tam Tam's doing. She's like, can you do my physics homework?
And so invariants are the things that would be constant, and you want to know what those are because those are mathematical jump points from one observational system into another.
Wow. Look at these people.
I know. We got some good people.
I'll tell you, these people are.
Okay, we got like 5 minutes left. Give me maybe. Do you think we could fit 2 in there?
Diana Smith says, "How can galaxies collide if everything is moving away?"
Oh, I love that.
More precisely, how is it that while the universe is expanding and moving away from us, the Milky Way and Andromeda will collide in the near future?
Okay, you ready for this? You ready?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So, galaxies that are near each other feel each other's gravity,
right,
and they have speeds in response to that gravity. All right. So I'm going to pick a number. Let's say 200 miles per second.
All right.
Okay. Let's just say so. That's a characteristic that goes much higher in galaxy clusters. Let's just say, picking a number, 200 miles per second. These galaxies feel each other, and they're moving around each other. The universe is expanding. Well, the bigger is the distance between two objects, the faster it's expanding. If I'm not far away enough from this system for the expanding universe to be greater than 200 miles per second, the expanding universe will not manifest in this system. If I go far enough away so that the universe is expanding 400 miles per second, it's going to rip these galaxies apart.
Exactly.
So, galaxies nearby each other are not spread over enough space in the universe for the expansion of the universe to manifest.
Oh, gotcha.
However, in the Big Rip, the accelerating universe, there's a point where the expansion of the universe will rival the relative speeds of galaxies that are near one another, and it'll rip them apart. And then it'll rival the speeds within the scale of the galaxies themselves, and it'll rip the stars apart. Then it'll rip the planets off the stars. Then it'll rip the atoms out of the star. Then it'll break the atoms apart. Then it'll break the electrons off the atoms. Then it'll break the nucleus apart.
And that is because the acceleration is constantly increasing.
constantly increasing.
Right.
And it'll outstrip
It
anything,
outstrips anything.
that would otherwise be holding
You
itself
can't
together.
outrun it.
Can't outrun it.
Can't outrun
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
So that's why only nearby galaxies will ever show a blue chip.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And it's only when the redshift outmuscles it.
Right.
And so no faraway galaxy has a blue shift.
Has a blue shift.
Nope.
Look at that.
Yep.
Wow. Diana Smith. These people are very smart.
And we are on a collision course with Andromeda.
Right? Because we're close enough.
Yeah, in like 7 billion years, plus or minus.
Yeah, so stick around, Diana.
October 3rd. It's 7 billion years.
All right. Phil says, in the classic depiction of a supermassive black hole, e.g. Interstellar, the accretion disk looks aligned flat, horizontally from our point of view. Does a black hole look the same from all sides, left, right, top, bottom? It doesn't make a difference. And is it even possible to get behind a black hole?
Yeah, so I'm impressed that he called that a classic description.
Right.
That's only been with us for like 10 years or so.
Right.
Ever since we've had enough modeling, enough physics, enough theoretical understanding. So I'm impressed that that's now classic.
That's classic now.
And it looked like you were coming in on the accretion disk.
Mm-hmm.
But there's distortions in the space-time continuum in the vicinity of the black hole. So the accretion disk behind the black hole has sight lines that come around the black hole to you.
Because it's bending the light around because the gravity is that deep and heavy.
Bending the light around.
That's amazing.
So you're seeing this sort of unfolded image of a black hole in all places.
You see behind it when you're in front of it. You can't.
Has Charlie made a video on the AI praying apps yet? We talked about those on stream quite a bit. I already talked about the newest one, where you pay $2 a minute to talk to AI Jesus. Honestly, that might be another good pivot for Newbird. You might as well. Yeah, it's $2 a minute, right, to talk with AI Jesus? Am I misremembering? Let me see. Yeah, $1.99 per minute to video chat with AI Jesus. Thought so. AI Jesus app, just like me, charges $2 per minute to video chat with a digital Christ trained on the King James Bible. The faith-based AI market is growing. The faith-based AI market, by the way. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Just a complete dismantling of faith right in front of your eyes. Did you know you can just pray for free? Ah! What? You're speaking crazy. Look. But you can't see and hear Jesus through your computer screen if you're not paying.
Morrow, friend.
The only way to form that relationship is through the faith-based AI market. Just like me.
The righteous will find the light. The stars
$100
travel through the
annually.
dark.
CEO Chris Reed, of the company, co-founder and
Rushing will
investor
not
Jeff
save
Bezos.
your soul any faster.
Monthly package priced at $50. Offers 45 minutes of conversation time.
What are you doing?
I didn't dive super deep into this.
I think you're
We had already covered
mistaken.
another AI Jesus scam. This one blows that out of the water.
Wait!
Holy fuck. This is like turbo heretical.
Help me, anyone!
Oh, wow. Let me look up this guy, Chris Breed. Unsurprisingly, he's in California. Unsurprisingly, this doesn't even look like a real guy. This guy also might be AI
What
generated.
brings you here? I was on my way to pray.
So I can't look at him very much. Here. For some reason, I can't bring that over there, but here. That's Chris Breed, apparently. That ain't real. That's what I'm saying, man. This guy, he also looks AI generated.
I only
wanna hear
live
him
by
try and talk
Solomon's
about it.
will.
I'm so curious
I'm
what he
gonna
says.
sneak over to the coop to see if there are
So
any
many
eggs.
grannies fall for this daily. Yeah, I have no doubt some people will actually do this.
What brings you here? I was on my way to
I
pray.
do not doubt that. Who falls for this? The easy cop-out answer is just defaulting.
I
to
only
saying
live
all
by
old people,
Solomon's
but it's just
will.
not. It's not.
Coin for a veteran?
People of all types fall for it.
Perhaps the hounds have confused me with someone
I'll
else.
do the same for you
Statement from
someday.
here. You do feel a little accountable to the AI, Breed told the Associated Press. They're your friend. You've made an attachment. Yeah. That's good. You need to exploit that. That's what we want. We want people to form.
Could you help a man trying to be better?
Is this a video
I hear
of it?
your request for prayer.grace.
I always had a gentle heart. I never even crushed an insect in my life.
The tech company Just Like Me is taking
All around
having
where the
a
woods
personal
are thick.
relationship with Jesus to new levels.
Psalmist said, the Lord.
What brings you here? I was on my way to pray.
You can join video calls with an AI-generated Jesus that remembers previous conversations.
This is not a replacement for human connection. At the same time, people are spending so much time in the social world just scrolling.
It's part of a larger...
Oh my god, that's the biggest
This is for you.
Go take a look. I've ever heard in my life.
Impressive work.
What a slimy asshole.
That's the
charging
one.
$2 a minute to talk
Lock
to
'em up.
AI Jesus, or $50 a month to have 45
We'll run out of
minutes
cells
of
at this
conversation
rate.
with AI Jesus.
Still, you save me some. If you find more scum in the future, bring them here.
Social world just scrolling.
It's part of a larger fleet of AI tools designed with religion in mind, from AI Jesuses to Buddhist priests like this one.
Henry is supposed to be a Zen friend, someone who helps human beings in their Zen practice.
I tried Just Like Me's AI Jesus, first asking it a simple question. How many books of the Bible are in the New Testament?
The New Testament contains 27 books.
Then I made it a little more complicated. Is AI gonna take our jobs?
The scriptures remind us that every skill is a gift from God. He calls us to be faithful stewards of those gifts. Seek wisdom and prayer as you navigate.
This cost her like $50, by
But
the
when
way.
I asked it to pray for me, things didn't go quite as smoothly.
May you give her peace that passes all understanding. Break. Guide her steps with your loving light. Break. Deep breath. May she feel hope surrounding her. Break. May the Holy Spirit.
Yes, I can feel it.
Her mind now. Breaks.
Dot break. Dot break. Yes. Speaking in tongues. That's what that is. Not issues.
Got a story to share?
Yeah, finally. A chance to test my metal against a grey mane. You're looking for grey manes?
Incredible.
Oh, what do we have
Incredible.
Look at this. I think a grey mane's gone and found us.
That's Paula White.
Our lucky day.
I bet Paula.
How much was mirrored in
that she
bounty
didn't think
again?
of it first.
The fat sack of silver.
Isn't this the most blasphemous
Is
shit
your life
possible?
worth
It's
so
up there.
little?
It is definitely
Enough.
up there.
I
also
apologize
like how
for my
Chris
men.
Reed didn't bother to show
They
his face
may
in that. He had to
have
bring
given you
out
the wrong impression.
dumbass Jeff Tinsley.
I am the knight,
Oh, it's not like a
Matthias.
replacement. It's just you.
I've
pay us
long
and
wished to
we'll
test
have
my
AI
skills
Jesus
against a
talk
grey
to
mane.
you. When the Associated Press asked the AI about
What
the
say
relationship
you?
between artificial
You're here,
intelligence
standing
and
before
religion,
me?
Digital Jesus said it
What
views AI
reason
as
have you
like
to
a
refuse my
scripture,
challenge?
like a lamp that lights a path while we walk
None I
with
can
God.
think of.
So why does that tool cost?
So it's true what they
of
say.
money?
You walk your chosen
That-
even when staring
that
death
doesn't
in the
track
face.
with what's in the scripture.
I
don't
aim to disappoint. Quite the quick tongue.
Similar religious apps that he grew concerned with.
Your sword arm is quick.
Prompted him to upgrade to a premium.
Give it your all, grey mane. This is a duel for the ages. Your reputation is deserved.
You get me? Okay. Prayer's over.
This is just a warm-up.
Even this queen's kind of open about it. There's a friend, what he wants to do is actually eventually they need to convert it. They need to and if they want they have to keep paying AI Jesus, and if they stop or they forsake Jesus,
Defend yourself.
absolutely
This is a duel for the ages. Show me your all.
it's true. It's all.
You do not disappoint me. I told you to come. Hey, it's not over yet.
such
It's unbelievable. Everything it is designed to do. This is just blasphemy of psychology.
They say Eilun's finest. It was an honor to duel him.
You're not bad yourself.
I had believed the world is vast and there are many.
The Bible
It was a good match, Greymane.
Now if you want the real Bible, the one with Trump's signature on it, bro, Bible is free. Get out of here. $60. That's what it costs. You get the real truth.
Greymane, you're as remarkable
You should be paying $1,000.
appears the clucking of
inside
house hens.
cover
I am
Donald
Barden
Trump's
Midler,
signature as well.
the Marshal of Marquis Circus, Lord and Steward. It is an honour to witness.
What do you want?
Pardon my but I have come with an urgent. We're short-handed. We need the help.
He claims he can bend and compress time to turn one day
Of
into
late,
three.
the peace in this region has been sorely trampled, and despite our best attempts, I believe in unable to powerful benefit. However, we have no solid evidence to support this claim. If you were to lend us your investigation, Marquis Circus.
Sorry, but my priority is finding my comrades. I'm not sure I'd be
The Marquis is a... He will surely aid in re-establishing until we meet again.
Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise. So,
Fuck, he's good. He's got the power of the time stone. What hope do we have to challenge this man? He's gonna kick our butt. No! Ed, please! What do the comments say? I have to know. Okay, good. I thought the comments might be like believing this shit. It's actually true. He's only 14 years old, and look at him. Yeah, did he say 300 years?
so I measure time.
I don't know, it's a good question.
Time, I've bent it.
There's so much other insanity.
And I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in the cave did 300 years ago.
You're right, that completely slipped under my radar the first time because it was sandwiched in between other lunacy. He thinks he thinks we were cavemen 300 years ago? Wow. He's gonna be beside himself when that realization sets in. In his years, that's a lot. Oh, that's true. Because he operates in like God's years. You're right, I didn't think about that. Dude must think medieval civilization was prehistoric. He probably thinks medieval civilization was like 40 years ago. Bro's the American Doctor Who. Pretty much, what else does he talk about? You're still operating like a day is 24 hours long, you're cheating yourself.
Good day.
And he is really fixated on that.
I'm craving
He really
a
likes
proper
that.
roast tonight.
Do not believe in a 24-hour day.
You know, it's the dumbest thing in the world, that we still measure time like we did 100 years ago. If I wrote you a letter 100
Three
years ago...
Saints Falls does sound like a place to dig for some pleasure.
Will you show kindness, stranger?
Are you fucking stupid? Brother, 100 years ago was 1925. What is up with his perception of time? Holy shit. What? Nah, we were cavemen back then. True. We were all horse and buggy. We had to use quill and fucking turpentine, scarabs and all kinds of stuff. Fucking pyramids were under construction back then. Yeah, it was different. It was real different. Sheepskin for parchment.
Write one back, maybe I get one a month later. Now I can text you in 2 seconds.
Yes.
Both of those are 24-hour days. That's insane. My days are 6 hours. And some days I just screw up. Some days I Netflix and chill. You do nothing.
Okay, so 6 hours.
6 hours from 6 a.m. to noon. That's a day.
You're not nice at all.
Fun, business, money, whatever you want.
Who is clapping? How could anyone hear this?
Children
For even a
learn
second,
by
you're like,
watching what adults do.
Yes, he's speaking it. This is what I've been trying to say. Just because the guy takes a nap at noon. Oh, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. That's crazy. So because this guy goes to take a little snooze at noon, like a little baby, a little toddler, and then starts his day when he opens his crusty little eyes and thinks it's a new day, all of a sudden that deserves some uproarious applause to whatever lobotomites are around thinking that somehow that makes sense. He's not even making a good point. It's not like his day is somehow more productive just because he tells himself that a new day has begun after his nap. Like, he's not even expressing anything helpful. This is more like one of the more psychotic ones I've seen.
Third day, second day, noon to 6 p.m. Same thing, that's another day, and 6 p.m. to midnight. I'm sleeping in some of those days too. I get 21 days a week. You stack that up over a year.
He's saying the same thing.
Stack that up over a decade, I get a bigger loss.
It's just so weird, because it's not like that enables him to do anything else. He gets nothing more. He's not going to kick your butt over X amount of time period because the rest of the world is not operating on his perception of days. So his business, he can't change his business strategy based on what he believes is a different day. I'm gonna... 21 days from now, we need to hop on a call. But to him, that's only a week. For everyone else, that's almost a month. Like, it doesn't change anything. It's useless. He's actually saying useless gobbledygook. How often have you gotten to the end of the day? Well, which day? One of your days or like a human day?
I would show you the view map. You know, sometimes when I put these views up at the places, you know, I feel like I should put a disclaimer at the top that says this came with years and decades of hard times. And if you're going through those hard times right now, just know that I went through decades of them. Setbacks.
Yeah, but a decade is only like a year to you.
People thinking I was out of my mind to be pursuing 1,000 times better and sweeter than you think it'll be. Stay after it and stay you.
God, that was inspiring.
Duke Charles Celeste, Marquis Alan Circus, Marquis Stephen Lanford. Truly, we're blessed with remarkable folk.
That is big. I've heard these words 1,000 times. Yeah, because right now, like, the big thing on YouTube specifically is just, like, repeating the same cliches, like the self-motivating cliches, just the platitudes. I see that shit everywhere now. People just need to keep hearing these, like, words of affirmation endlessly, and then proceed to do nothing except take a nap at noon, maybe. He made a video called How to Manipulate Time to Get More Done. Okay. What's the strategy?
And in there, I try to get as much fun, my faith, family stuff, work, etc. as I can in a window like that. And then day 2 goes off, and this little clock goes off in my head about noon every day. It's crazy, but it'll happen for everybody. Like, okay, let me recalibrate. Let me take accountability. Let me assess. And then day 2 starts till 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to midnight's the third day. The more you measure time, right? Most people once a year take inventory of their life. High performers.
But like, what? Nothing changes. So you send your kids to school for 8 hours a day, meaning you send your kids to school for 2 days in your time frame. Nothing changes. Literally nothing at all changes. All it is your perception of what your days are. But nothing, literally nothing changes. And he's openly just saying that. He's just like, okay, at noon, I recalibrate. Now I'm in day 2 mode. Great. Very good. Excellent. Basically he's basically invented a schedule. And he thinks he has, like, manipulated time like an X-Men or something. So does he shower every day? No, he only showers on the 3rd day, I think, because the 3rd day falls at like 6 to midnight. So I'm guessing he showers every 2 days.
Maybe it's once a month. Really great entrepreneurs once a week. So it's 3 times given 24 hours. Where you're making
My heart and
assessments,
sword,
adjustments.
always
By the way,
for
this includes
Demacia.
fun, relaxation, and everything. But now I'm getting 21 days a week when the average person I was competing against as an entrepreneur is getting 7. Stack that up over a month, a year, 5 years.
He's an android. He's literally just an android. He just says the same script over and over and over and over and over and over again. He loves it. He loves that line. I'm still learning nothing about this. It's just, it's actual mumbo jumbo. It's so good. Do people believe this shit? They must. He's very popular. Though I guess, admittedly, in every comment section I've checked so far, everyone's clowning on him. So maybe not. Maybe he's too much for even those people that buy into, like, every single thing that has a cover that looks like this.
In my case, 30 years, you have a completely different existence in the world, and you are happier and more successful. So that's what I mean by bending and manipulating time. You are archaic if you measure a day in 24 hours anymore.
Wow. Yeah, that principle alone. You're telling me that instead of 7 days,
Why do
I
you
can
suck
do
his wiener?
21 days in a week. That
What's
kind
the
of hurts
point?
your brain to think about. But what you're saying is we're going to break this out into chunks of productivity, and it's not all work. You're not working for 18 hours. You're saying you're building in all of those things, but you're super intentional about those hours.
Yeah, and
no shit, it's called a schedule. Every human being on the planet does the same thing, even for trivial tasks. Like the new Angela episode drops tonight at 7. I'll make sure to set aside a little chunk of time so I can watch that. For him, what he's doing is, I'm setting aside an entire day to watch that. It's the same fucking concept. He doesn't get any more productivity or anything else done. What a fascinating, weird scam.
Minions are on the march.
But perhaps I'm just too locked into my archaic 24-hour days. Maybe I can't see the genius. Maybe that's the problem. Don't know if I'd call it a scam. He wrote a book about it. I consider it a scam. The second you write and sell a book about this kind of garbage, I consider you a scammer. 100%. Wait, is that a real price right there? If you want to hire him to talk, it costs $200,000. Biography. Ed Milet, entrepreneur, best-selling author, podcast host, established in California, and for license of $100,000 to $200,000, or for a virtual event, $50 to $100,000. That is a mindset right now. The number one mindset goes right there, baby. For the low price of $100,000 to $200,000. No wonder people will pay that.
Your ally has slain an enemy.
Celebrity. Sean Austin. Sean Austin. He is 30 to 50K. I saw Danny Trejo right under that. Danny Trejo everywhere. Or at least this one's a live listed content, so no listed rate. He's always struck me as like a good guy. I imagine you reach out to him and you're like, hey Danny, I'd really like you to come speak at my child's 14th birthday party if you wouldn't mind. I'll be there. No, you're in.
Your ally has
We'll talk about
slain an
sports.
enemy.
Let's do for basketball. Maxi Billups. 10 to 20K. Does anyone in the world feel like this? Check esports. Esports is here. Why is Magic Johnson in esports? Magic Johnson hashtag Twitter. So if I'm a esports person, I feel like they don't quite know what that term means. Where's Faker? Where's Simple? Oh, Ninja! Ninja's here. There's a please contact Jeremy Lin! Holy shit, for Lin's sanity, 100 to 200K there as well. Those are technology speakers. Blockchain, holy fuck. Sam Bankman-Fried listed. Don't call you for prison.
Everything's got an end. Your ally has been slain.
Blasting gauntlet.
Turn is spoiled. Your ally has been slain. ally has slain an enemy. Ally double kill.
That's what a lot of people say in the Ghost Believer. Making fun of an IGN review is like breathing. Everyone does it. In fact, you have to do it. It is a biological necessity. And for good reason. IGN reviews will often just find a way to strike the very core of the human soul and force you to foam at the mouth because of how dumb the review is. And it's not intentional rage bait. If it was, it'd be far less offensive. It's accidental rage bait from reviewers that, like, you have to question what the fuck they're on to reach the conclusions they do on certain things. And it's a topic that's been explored a million times for a million different movies, games, TV shows, what have you. And they get clowned on till the cows come home. I know I've shot spitballs out to a ton, but I cannot resist the urge to do it again because this review is for Mouse PI for Fire. And it's not the score that's so irksome. The IGN grading scale is so fucking cattywampus it defies conventional wisdom and is an affront to God in and of itself. So it's not even the score that's bothersome, it's the reasons that the reviewer gives for why it's a 6. It's so outrageous it feels almost satirical, except it's done earnestly. It's genuinely fascinating. Like, fascinating in the same sense that if I went to the aquarium and a manatee shit into the glass as I was watching it, I'd be like, serious? What? You know, one of those things. It's like, why? Like, how did we even get to this point? So, if you subscribe to the gaming channel, Moist Critical Gaming, you've probably already seen that I'm playing the shit out of Mouse PI for Hire. I really like it. I think it's a great game. I'm really enjoying it. Also, you should definitely go subscribe to the gaming channel. I play like a million fucking games a month. The Mouse PI for Hire is a standout so far this year. And when I watched the IGN review, I was blown away. So I want to show you some snippets here.
What bothers me is how overly referential so much of it is. The world is full of mice. It's about cheese. Everything. A bad guy, he's a cheese lover.
These cheese lovers bring them through weapon.
Putting your lady mouse with a sultan voice will be described as everything is a reference to the fact that everything is a mouse and mice like cheese, and when it's not, instead there'll be a reference to a cartoon, or the fact that this is a video game.
When you jump, just act like you did.
The voice actors of Lecture Bakers do an admirable job at what they have, but nothing in Mouseburg is allowed to just be. It has to be a mouse reference, or a literally cheesy one-liner.
Cheddar, what's wrong with Gouda?
No good if you broke, Jack.
Or a reference to something.
So basically, he doesn't like that they mention cheese a lot. He doesn't like that it's constantly referencing the fact that they're mice, or that it's a video game, or other cartoons. Thinks it's too referential, which I actually think is a valid point. He doesn't like the writing. You can boil it down to the writing wasn't tickling him. It didn't make him giggle, and he started to roll his eyes at how many times they mention cheese. I actually think that's totally fine. The writing isn't going to hit for everybody. There's nothing wrong with that. But as the review goes on, the complaint becomes more, it wasn't noir the way I wanted it to be. It wasn't serious enough. And then starts picking out logical inconsistencies with this world. And that's where things get real fucking goofy, I guess. That's turbo wacko sauce right there. This game is a love letter to the old rubber hose cartoon and noir. It is not meant to be like a serious fucking pipe-smoking noir experience that's gonna have you sitting there thinking in your chair like this hard-boiled detective, real big thinker piece or anything like that the reviewer seems to want it to be. And that's like the main gripe. He starts pointing out these logical inconsistencies in the world. He does mention the cheese a lot, which I think is weird because I think it's a fine complaint to say, like, I started to get annoyed with all this cheese stuff. But it makes sense in the world because these are fucking mice. So of course cheese is going to be a big part of, like, that society in the world they have built.
I should probably guess the former when one of the first things I saw was a CEO named Billy, but at least that and the reference every power-ups are cute. Constant callbacks to classic films or other video games? Not so much. And it doesn't end there. Boss fight in the sewers? It's a literal alligator because of course it is. If you're looking for the cheese-liking foreman, Jack will quip that he doesn't look like much of a boss.
More like a mini-boss.
And then laugh at his own joke.
Just listen to the way he talks about it. He fucking hated this. I think he wanted to go lower than a 6, but then felt like the response would be too ferocious if he did. It seems like he actually loathed it, just by the way he's talking about it. I don't even understand the complaint about the alligator boss fight. Did he have the same complaint for Resident Evil 2 when you fought a sewer gator there? It actually feels like it's doing the IGN meme of too much water. If you remember that one, this one is too much cheese.
Even here, though, I have issues. Weapons can feel weak, especially the shotgun. It's got the audio pop down. There's a strange disconnect to see something that sounds like a kid's toy blow off some poor mouse's head, in the light of the world, with black ichor that speaks from his head.
I honestly have no idea what this is playing. I'm not gonna lie. He was going on to compliment the gameplay. It's a boomer shooter, a very competent one at that. It's a fun one, which he was also mentioning. But Vince said, like, he also has complaints here, and then he notes the shotgun sounding like a kid's toy, and then blowing off bad guys' heads in the game. It's a cartoon, man. What? Like, it sounds like a cartoon shotgun from fucking some kind of WB cartoon back in the day. Like, what do you like? What is it supposed to sound like? And why does that matter? Like, I truly don't think that was worth mentioning. I really think he was fishing for anything else to critique, so that way it seemed like there were more complaints he had outside of just not liking that it was silly noir instead of serious noir.
Enemies mostly come out of doors marked with a skull that you can't robbing these areas of anything remotely resembling a sense of place. Levels also really like to pull the "we're gonna lock you in a room and throw baddies at you until they're dead or you are" shtick a little too much for my taste. None of this is easy. The combat is fundamentally good for you the roughly 12-hour campaign, but sometimes it feels like being at a show that's never quite.
Here's another complaint that I think is truly pulled out of his ass just for the sake of trying to find anything else to be negative about to justify a 6. What do you mean that there were too many rooms of just killing enemies to progress? It's a boomer shooter. You know it's a boomer shooter, you have even made a mention of that. That is the core gameplay loop of a boomer shooter. You go into a corridor and you fucking blast ass until there's no one left and then you move forward. Did he have the same complaint for Doom? I doubt it, like, because that is what boomer shooters are. So I don't know why he's saying there was too much of that here for his taste. Has he never played a Doom? I don't know. It seems like it's actually never been. So how could that ever be a complaint? If the complaint was the gameplay's not good enough to make me excited for each of these rooms, that would be understandable. But he made a strong mention that the gameplay is good, and it is very fun enough to carry you through it. So I just don't understand how anyone could have an issue of rooms of enemies you have to kill to move forward in a boomer shooter when that is the entire, like, the meat of that genre.
Some of these locks are on a time limit, or must be solved in a limited number of moves, and you only get one shot at the good stuff they hold. Others are so easy you should probably solve them by letting the actual mouse run across your keyboard. It's very jarring.
Why is that very jarring? You got me babysitting right now. In Skyrim, there's novice lockpicks, and then there's expert lockpicks. Is it jarring there too? It's called different than the lockpicks. Like, what do you mean? Yes, there's going to be easy ones, and then there's going to be more difficult ones with strict things like a certain number of moves, or you're only allocated a certain number of moves, or a certain amount of time. It's a scale. There's easy and then there's hard. Why is that jarring? That's like the most established thing in all of gaming. Now, he goes on to compliment multiple other things about the game, but then says that he never got to do the whole detective thing because the game does it for you, and that's another thing that he had an issue with. And that's another thing I think is totally understandable to be like, I'm a little disappointed, because the game doesn't make you solve anything. It does do it for you. You gather clues, you put them on the board, and it connects the dots, solves it, and then you just do the mission. But I think that's totally fine. The game is a boomer shooter. It is not really a detective game. It is a noir aesthetic, a love letter to noir. It is not putting you...
Okay, happy for the two. Oh, he leveled up. Every time that happens, you get to give the me who leveled up a new gift. Oh, what do? I feel like I'm playing Vampire Survivors. Little quirks. When you give me a little quirk, you're giving them a new personality trait. You can make a me act more like the person they're based on or not. Give out plenty and watch how your me's behavior changes. Nope. Okay, these are greetings. Stands cutely. That one. Oh, fuck. There's a whole... I think it has... There's that one, right? I want to be able to press the button to, like, preview it. I don't want to see it. It's that one. Here.
You saw Ticketmaster is officially an illegal monopoly now. I saw the headlines, I haven't looked into it. Let me see. I hesitate to believe that, though. There was a big effort to shut this down. So I'd be shocked if they did actually follow through and designate them an illegal monopoly. There's got to be some kind of caveat. Jury finds Live Nation Ticketmaster illegal monopoly that overcharged fans. Trump administration dropped out of the trial, but 33 states kept fighting. This I didn't know. Once Trump came in, because of Trump always steps in when there's donations on the line. I remember the administration came in to try and like wash it. I thought it was kaput. I didn't realize they kept going. Wait a minute, this could be huge. That federal jury Live Nation Ticketmaster subsidiary operating illegal monopoly that overcharged fans for tickets.
Hey everyone, feels great to have you back. So then, did you all hear about that Arasaka aircraft carrier docked in Night City called Kujira or the Whale? Apparently the corp figured it wasn't safe in Japanese waters.
Do my best to talk us up. See ya.
Whoa, wait.
Listen, I've got this delicate matter. That's why I called you. The number of cyber-psycho attacks in the city is on the rise. Now that's probably not news to you, but this issue matters to me for a few reasons. There are people who say cyber-psychosis can be treated.
Right.
And I know exactly how that sounds, but I believe even an unproven therapy is still better than a bullet to the brain. If I get a tip about a possible attack, I'll give you a call. Maybe you can investigate before Max Tack hits the scene. But remember, you're not there to execute anybody. Try to incapacitate the attacker, and I'll send someone to pick him up. I hope that's...
Hang on. Go.
Fans have been overcharged for concert tickets at major concerts.
Enjoy your pain! I'm hit!
Where were we?
I hope that's all clear.
Ticketmaster, hundreds of millions of dollars just for the $1.72 per ticket that the jury found Ticketmaster overcharged. Great news. Actually, wonderful news. I thought for sure this was kaput after the Trump administration stepped in to try and help the monopoly.
Yo, Mr. V, a pleasure.
Dexter Deshawn in the flesh. Ample indeed.
During the trial, forcing states to take over the lead role.
Let's
Trump
roll.
administration gave up the fight and wanted to let these companies off.
Mind if I ask you something right off the
kept
bang?
fighting for every Arizonan.
Would you rather live in pieces, Mr. Nobody, die ripe, old, and smelling slightly of urine, or go down for all times in a blaze of glory, smelling near like posies, without seeing your 30th?
You're either somebody or you fizzle out into nothing. Night City don't let you choose.
Oh, but it does. See, in my line of work, I choose to be Mr. Chill. But folk who try to take advantage, well, they see the beast inside. All right, listen close. Scanning a serious job now. Playing gargantuan compared to smashing up a scav home.
Let me hear it. What's the job?
There's this prototype tech, a biochip to be precise. Job's to grab it. Simple.
Yeah? Guessing it belongs to a corp.
Mm-hmm. Arasaka. Surely that's no problem. Hello?
Corps don't deserve special treatment.
Shit, you ain't playing around. Got a feeling this could be a start of a beautiful friendship built on heaps of eddies.
You work this out? Got a plan?
Two things. First, a conundrum with the Maelstrom boys. Needs active resolving that. Second, a rendezvous. Simple. Client who brought us the job's anxious. She wants to parlay with one of the team.
Client. What's her thing? Why she need to meet?
Woman's name's Evelyn Parker. Betting her wasn't easy. Put the word out I was looking for any kind of intel.
Right, and?
Some brothers from Pacifica got back to me. Told me to stop looking. End of convo. Anyway, our little client insisted on meeting someone with skin in the game. You know, who'll be there for it all. Yours truly will be remote. T-Bug ain't no people person, and Jackie's only good at some things. I know you know what I mean. Pretty much leaves you.
What's the issue needs resolving with Maelstrom? Got a beef?
Slot in the shard.
Ref's gonna put it up for a foul, barely.
People think...
Where's the defense?
It's actually a drawing of him. Kicking off.
Got a classic tale for you. Psycho Gang doing his thing 2 weeks back.
Yo, you gotta make him tap out.
Got away with the gear. Corp don't even know Maelstrom's involved.
Okay, Jason and Stay Ronaldo getting thrown.
Convoy was carrying the Flathead, a little combat bot.
Hey, it's one me doing them.
And I need me that bit of high grade.
Yo, where's your teammates at?
Because if we don't get that bot, we don't get no soccer chip. And we
Who's
sure
that for?
as
Who's
hell
that
don't
for?
get no happily ever after.
Oh.
Don't get excited. It's a single-use toy.
Hey, it's in!
Now, I flat out purchased the damn thing from Maelstrom. Problem is, I did so from a gent went by the name of Brick. I say
wait,
when,
is it in or not? Is that a
Brick
goal?
was the leader. 3 days after we'd sealed our deal, his friend and gangmate, one Simon Randall, a.k.a.
That's
Royce,
offside for
played
real?
and dropped his ass.
Drop the replay. How offside was that? It couldn't be that bad,
no
right?
way of knowing if he
It couldn't be
aimed
that
to
bad.
his predecessor's word.
How offside was it? Like, let's be honest.
One merited stout of Militech has developed an interest in said convoy.
We'll have a look. Yeah, he's on side. Of course we'll have a look. That's actually great from them. They both stayed in their own half. And Nico was right.
Wait.
He's been robbed there. He's been absolutely robbed.
Hang on. I thought they invented technology to decide if that's a goal or not. And they said it's not a goal when it's a goal.
What's your plan?
He's a mistake. They should have called for
Is offside when you're past the halfway line in front of the defender? But if you're in front of the defender in your own half, you're not offside?
The
I
one
didn't know
lead
that.
she's got zip-tied in her
I thought it was if you're ahead of the
Sounds
defender.
like she was waiting on
But if
the
you're in your own
transport.
side, it's not.
Got
I didn't know
stood
that.
up.
Monochrome
Hey, so
in the
that's a
bag's
goal. What are we
probably the
doing?
chief suspect. Got nothing from him or on him. So just keep it just in case. She needs to find the stolen gear before her
Was that a
bosses
ball
learn
sack
she
scratch
fucked up.
Well, Mr. V, that is some impressive deduction. Naturally, you
that was clean as fuck!
Preferably.
Come on now!
Of course, to do so,
Hey,
you'll
that
need
was
that
crazy
frazzle
clean.
cat's info. Sending it now.
The postman always delivers. It's a great goal.
That was crazy clean.
Very Gabrielle. But it's Gene that gets this one. Brilliantly flown the ball in. And I said, the G-Trust is more
got it.
battle and set pieces.
Where was OME guy on the fucking
That's
goal?
just music to my ears. I'll set up the meet with Miss Parker at Liz's bar. Flathead, though, it's gonna be all you. One more thing, Mr. B. Quiet life or blaze of glory? Later now.
Jackster, talk to Dex.
Level up again. Nope. The fountain has grown in size. I'm every character.
To bring you some breaking news. Here's what's happening on our island.
I'm a sad, lonely fucking loser.
Resident is excited. What is saying? To take a bath. I'm Melon's resident. I interview myself for this report.
No, I have nobody here. It's just me pretending that I'm every person.
I'm Jeremy. Interrupt today.
The wishing fountain.
Yeah, Gordito's a big deal. Literally a nod.
Your island reached level 1.
Claimed to want to check our pro cred, but to me it feels more like he tangled us up with Maelstrom and Militech. There's this combat bot, military prototype. Maelstrom clept it. Then Dex paid to take it off their hands just before the Gangoons had a switch up in management.
Right, heard about that. Royce versus Brick. Hostile takeover.
That sums it up. Dex wants us talking to Royce. Gave the deets of some Militech agent too, but I don't know how much help she stands to be. And there's the other thing. Gotta meet the client who put the job on the table. Evelyn Parker.
You? Well, what's Dex gonna do? Ride around in his limo, chat chicks up on the Hallo?
Parker wants to meet someone on the crew. Dex gave me the nod.
They must know what he's doing. So, how you want to play this? Maelstrom or Parker? What's first?
I say we knock on Maelstrom's door first.
I said I was gonna make the cookie.
Pound, actually.
Orale. In that case, I'll hit the all foods and put my nose to the ground. Stick around. Hasta luego.
Monster's gonna be the second person on the island. How big is his head? I think it's like this. Yeah, because I'm gonna take the air off and put the eyes on top.
I'm standing here.
Nah, I'm just going by memory. I haven't even looked it up. I'm not looking up what he looks like. How do I do bald? Who's bald? Am I crazy? Where's bald? No, right there. Okay, Cookie Monster's eyes are like this, right? He has a big mouth, big open mouth.